We hunt it. We've got all that lease. We've had it for years.
Yeah. So my mom was postmaster down in McGargle.
Okay.
And you guys were doing something, and this has been, heck, man, I wasn't even 10 years old, so you're talking 20 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
You guys were busy somewhere, hunting somewhere else, and there was just some geese right there, and me and Dad had a bunch of decoys, and it was just me and him, and we went out there one day and laid there, and they were coming from some lake, one of the lakes up here, and they were coming down, and man, me and Dad put out all them darn decoys, and them birds, they left that lake, and about the time we started picking everything up is when they all started showing up.
The problem there is it's so big fields, they'll far set you a half mile. My guys used to call the spike box the hike box. But we've still got, Jake Cowan has all that. We've had that lease for, we've had it on Jake for 10 years. Ever since Red sold it, we've had it still from Jake. We had it from Red, then we gave it back because the geese quit using it up there.
Really?
Which we don't have the Canada geese we used to, but we used to hold a couple 100,000 geese just up there.
Really?
The Fort Cobb birds used to be here, most of them.
Why do you think that?
The drought. We had a drought in what year?
2011.
2011 changed our. We lost a lot of small geese, and that they picked up a lot of birds. They had some Canada geese then, but not like they have lately. But our birds left us because it was wet up there, and there was peanuts and there was water. They cut down on peanuts down here because our water tables went away. Mm-hmm. We can talk about it. Let's get into this. Sorry.
All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Boom, and welcome to the Big Honker Podcast, brought to you by, I forgot who we're bought by today.
Pick one.
I've got it wrote down. I think it's Dive Bomb Boys. Yep, Dive Bomb, and you'll be at Squad Fest.
July 28th, that last weekend. I can't ever get it fucking right.
I think it's 28th to 29th, Friday, Saturday.
It's the last weekend in July. I know that.
Y'all gonna stop by Little Rock and see us on the 29th?
July 28th, 29th.
Are y'all gonna stop by that Sunday and see us at Delta?
No.
You're not just gonna head on back? Not worry about it.
Fucking rolling home.
Rolling home.
Rolling. Yep.
Which town's safer, St. Louis or Little Rock?
Little Rock.
It's one of the highest murder rates in the country.
Per capita, but
Well, hopefully
you got more of them in St. Louis.
I hope I'm not in that. More what?
Murders.
Okay.
Yeah. More murders.
Just checking what you were trying to say there.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to say anything.
All right, with us today from Fort Cobb, Oklahoma, which probably is the best public waterfowl hunting in the state of Oklahoma. Maybe in the Central Flyway if you want to shoot greenheads. Everybody that hunts there right now is like, oof, can't
Is that
believe
what Dallas Barber's already said it, so like we're good.
Yeah, in Dallas. Right? Yes.
He caught a lot of shit for that.
Yes.
Yeah, he did. It's good days. I mean, it's like everywhere. Publicly.
Let me introduce you, then you can go ahead and start trying to politicize this. It's not really that good a place.
It's not that great. Oh, shucks, man.
Gentleman that lives in Fort Cobb, Oklahoma, Mr. Quay Grant. Quay, how are you doing, sir?
Doing good, buddy. Thank you for having me.
You bet. So now you're telling me that the hunting there is not that great.
It has its days.
Yeah, 9 out of 10 of them are awesome.
It has its days. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's like anywhere. You know, I've always said it. It's great when it's great. It's just like hunting anywhere else. It's either great or it's not.
He's full of shit. How many mallards stay on there? 150,000.
Some days.
Is that what they winter though about?
You know, yeah, absolutely.
And more than that, or is that pretty close estimate?
Some days more, but we'll hold that, you know, pretty consistently throughout the year.
150,000 mallards. What does it peak out at? 500,000?
Yes, sir. I've seen it where, you know, you can't put a number on it.
It's an amazing place when you see the ducks there.
In 2003, they did a count, and it was they had 200,000 on Fort Cobb Lake.
On 03, 20 years ago.
So,
you know, I say this, those birds are very intelligent. They know where that refuge line is. And if you've ever hunted there, you can see them. They'll come in sky high and they'll dive right back into that refuge. And I think it's very vital to have that refuge there. You know, if you like looking at birds, it's a good place to go and take your binoculars and hang out and look. But hunting them there, you got to know what you're doing.
Of course, I'm sure that's true, and that's all most overpriced land in Oklahoma is all around that lake now.
Absolutely. It's gone sky high.
A guy told me the other day, and I cannot remember who it was that told me this, and I wish I could think of who it was, told me that there's a cornfield off the lake that 4 doctors in Texas pay $100,000 a year for. Is that true?
Yes. 100%.
That is a true story.
That is a true story.
Yeah, well, the guy who told me, I knew, I just can't think who it was, and I trust him. I just thought, God dang, that's a lot. That's a $100 lease. How big a field is it?
I think it's 160. It's just a true.
They're paying $100,000 a year for 160 acres.
Yes, sir.
That's a good landowner right there, isn't it? But they hunt it every day.
Yeah, they hunt it every day,
Oh,
and
really?
then they work some commodity stuff out on that too. They buy the corn for the farmer. There's some stuff that he's dug out for them that they plant in there.
So do they own the land, or they're leasing it?
They're leasing it, but the farmer farms it. And I don't think that they farm it straight quarter, 3/4. I think it's half and half on the profit.
He's got a hell of a deal.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, he does, and
He'd like to have 8 more people like that, and I don't even know who he is.
absolutely good guy to know. You'd meet him in the general store and wouldn't even know who he is, but phenomenal guy. And he hates birds. He hates the headache that it brings and hates the phone calls that it comes with. And
He ain't getting no phone calls. He's got one guy he deals with.
you'd be surprised
Yeah,
because there's
but
some
No.
on
Yes.
X.
yeah, everybody shows up. Yeah, exactly.
Now, I don't know if you know this, but you got you some ducks on that field over there. Yeah, you're number 18 of the day who's called me. That's what's crazy about it. They act like this maybe nobody hunts on this guy here.
Yeah, it's really funny because you have guys show up and they got them an outfit and they want to do some things, and they show up and they got the old country boy side of them, and they want to be respectful, and they go up to the door and they knock on the door, and the guy says, "Oh yeah, you can hunt it, but it's going to cost you $2,500 tomorrow morning." And they're like, "Do what?" And that's happening.
$2,500 a morning is what they're paying
Yes, sir.
in that little area. It's
Yes,
a very
sir.
unique area.
But
very-
I mean, if you think about it this way,
If you got a group of 8 guys,
yeah, it's not that bad, and that's what you would pay for an outfitter. It's you're doing it yourself.
Exactly.
So, I mean, it sounds like a lot for one guy that wants to go out there with and
Right.
just run his dog. But like, if you've got 8 guys that are there for the weekend or whatever, and you want a good hunt that's going to be memorable,
you said it just right. If there's a group of 10 guys out there, guys, we're going to spend $750 to
And it'll
hunt
be
3 mornings
hunt of your lifetime.
and have a chance to shoot all greenheads.
Mm-hmm.
He said, then we'll have to chip in and get us a hotel somewhere. He said, listen, you're going to spend $1,000. You come hunt here for 3 days, you're going to spend $1,500 time you tip and get out the door, $1,600 a person.
Absolutely.
So it's the same. I mean, but you got to have your own equipment. But most duck hunters are different. You're not going to have that with the goose hunting because there's not enough guys got enough equipment first.
right.
You get up north and these guys, I've got a trailer with equipment. You do, but most people don't have that kind of equipment to run a goose operation.
That they need.
Right. But 10 dozen dive bomb silhouettes,
Mm-hmm.
10 lucky ducks, you're in business.
Absolutely.
And 2 or 3 A-frames.
And knowing, a lot of times you go up north with that same package and you kill the heck out of them. You get down there towards us and they've seen a lot of shit thrown at them. You better know when to shut up on that call, and you better know how to, play the field. You can't always go get hunt in the middle of it. You better go get up there and have a good hide, because if you don't, there's so many birds there that they utilize that, and they just get up in the air. They're high. And that one field that they've heard them snows go down on first, they all just go that way. So you spend all that money and you show up and you think, oh, we're going to kill them, and there's a lot of birds in that area. You might get smoked.
It's going to happen. What have you noticed the birds there? Like, we're getting up north, the mallards are getting nocturnal. And when we hunted at Hobart, we started noticing the birds were getting more nocturnal too. And we had some dang great field shoots. But on a clear day, if it's cloudy, you might start shooting ducks at 3:30 in the afternoon. But if it's a clear day, if shooting time is 5:15, at 5:16, them birds start showing up the decoys.
100%. And and I tell people this all the time, and they think I'm crazy, but I've seen it. I live there. I got a thermal out. I've watched ducks with no moon feed at night. And they're like, "What do you mean?" I'm like, "Okay, well, watch when you do have those days and you see those ducks show up at 5:15 to dark. Are they really feeding, or are they just flying in the air? They touch down, they go to another field. They touch down, go to another field. They touch down, go to another field. Then they go back to that lake." I really think that they navigate themselves. There's a lot of numbers there, but I think that they navigate themselves to the point to where the birds that are feeding in the field, the ones go back to the lake and they just communicate back and forth. all day long, all night long. Because hunting the lake, you show up on a night that they fed, there's no activity. Those birds don't move. Noon, look up. When all them guys are picking up and they're eating at the local general store, those mallards are moving.
A lot of places won't shoot ducks till after 10 or 11 o'clock. That's not that unusual. And
Right,
that's 11 to 2 is a big window to shoot greenheads.
I agree. And do I believe that it's a mating deal? Those birds are out looking? Maybe so, maybe not. Maybe they're looking for food. Maybe they're new birds. I don't know. There's really no way to narrow that down, but I do know that you have a lot of people that pick up and leave, and then that's when we kill them.
I think that's true. What happens is a lot of guys think in their head to shoot ducks, you have to be there at first light.
First light.
You have to be there. Teal hunting, if you don't shoot your ducks in the first 15 to 30 minutes, it can happen. But when you're talking about your mallards,
yes, sir,
those ducks feed in the middle of the day a lot, especially when there's any kind. Well, if it's cold and weather, all ducks are going to be feeding all day.
Yes, sir.
But mallards are famous. I've knew lots of guys that hunted in Louisiana back in the day, and they would tell me we wouldn't start shooting mallards till 10 o'clock in the morning. When everybody else was going home, we're starting to shoot ducks.
Yes, sir. And is it a mallard deal? I think so, because that's where mallards congregate more than any bird. Their network is unbelievable. You'll have gray birds here and there mix in and out, but majority of the mallards, I think that they do that because they're not going to compete against all them geese. They're just not. I mean, they're not going to go out there and feed when they're going to feed. And you see them out there amongst them, yes, but why when they roost, you'll have all your geese over here and you'll have your mallards congregated over here? I mean, it is what it is. It's competition for the food. I mean, and that's, in my opinion, why you see a lot of birds feed after the fact that all the geese are back. Because when the geese come back, the ducks are getting up and leaving.
I want to touch on this while we're talking about Fort Cobb. Public place. People hunt from, I would bet there's 40 states. Bring me a water also, please.
Yes, sir.
I bet there's 40 states that come to hunt at Fort Cobb every year.
Yes, sir.
Maybe some guys from the West Coast don't, but everywhere else there's going to be people who come there because it's gotten to be really famous. What are your thoughts on, Kansas is, I think, passing a law starting next year that out-of-state hunters can only hunt 3 days a week.
Yes, sir. I think that's where Oklahoma needs to go, my opinion. I think it's a very vital impact for those birds to allow them to rest a little bit.
Well, no, you're still letting your state guys hunt, though.
Well,
if it's a federal refuge, it's federal money.
So that being said, say we take off and we go out, east, we'll go to Tennessee and we hunt. We're not going to hunt more than 4 days, 5 days.
Yeah, but some people come to Oklahoma.
Months.
Yes, there's guys from there's coon asses that come to Kansas
and they don't leave.
No, they come at Thanksgiving.
Yes,
and
sir.
they leave for February 1st.
Absolutely.
And they work all year long in factories doing whatever they can. They save all their deal, and then they listen to their wives bitch all summer because they don't take them nowhere.
Absolutely, and then they show up, at the end of October, and they don't leave till the end of January.
Yeah, but that guy, I've got two sides argument. I understand where Kansas is coming from. If I lived in Kansas and was a resident of Kansas, and on our page, the podcast private page, there's a guy on there, and he talks about that. He lives by a refuge because he messaged me when the Kansas thing first came out. We talked about it, and he said, "I live by a refuge right here." He goes, "I drive by it every day. I go to work by it every day." He goes, "I can't even take my son to go hunting without having to be there at 2:00 in the morning."
Absolutely.
He said, "I can see the boat ramp from my house."
That's how my place is at Cobb. You can see, we're not even a half a mile right there off the lake, and my dad will be out there at 3:00 in the morning holding the spot down.
Ain't that crazy?
It is wild. And that's where I've seen the industry. Well, it kind of pushes.
That's public hunters.
That's public hunters, and the thing that, that I've always, said is I hunt out of an expedition now because I've showed up to the boat ramp with all my shit out of the back of my pickup gone. That's not your local guys doing that to other local people.
No.
That's out of staters, and that's the bullshit side of it because, think about people that hunt in Arkansas, look at all the drama that comes with. Well, that's not what we want. That's not who we need to be. And I think until there's a restriction of the law that they need to put behind it, it's going to continue to happen. It's going to get worse until they do.
Well, one of this is the two sides I have on this stuff. If it's a federal refuge, then everyone from all 50 states should be entitled to go there whenever they want to go there. It's federal dollars, a federal refuge.
Absolutely.
If it's a state refuge, the state ought to be able to come in and dictate, hey, we're going to spend 3 days a week that we're going to let out-of-state hunters here, and the rest of the time it's just going to be in-state. And in-state guys can hunt 7 days a week. This is their money. This is their dollars. It goes there. It should be for them.
I agree to that. And then you sit there and you think, well, with that, you have repercussions of when they're going to be there because, I mean, hell, there's always a way around everything, and those guys do usually figure it out. So if you have a buddy show up and all they got to do, I mean, a game warden can't check everybody, right?
Well, no, you have days like they can't, out-of-state guys cannot hunt on Friday, Saturday, and Sundays.
Okay, so that being said, when they buy their hunting license is when that needs to be established.
No. This would be a state rule that you cannot hunt Friday. If you're an out-of-state hunter, you can't be on public land Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
So that being said, if you have a residence, because I mean, people in Kansas, what they do is they go buy them 5 acres in a lot, and they have
they got every right. They're paying taxes.
They're paying taxes at that time.
Yep.
And I think that'll cause. I mean, Fort Cobb's already maxed out. I mean, hell, that's just going to cause it to go up. And not just Fort Cobb. I mean, there's a lot of good lakes up there that nobody really knows about. Call is phenomenal.
That was the next one I was fixing.
Yeah, Call's unbelievable, dude. I would say this consistently, Call's better than Cobb.
Now you're trying to push everybody off Cobb.
Yeah.
I would go to Cobb. I'd go to Call.
That's a diversion tactic.
But no, I'm being 100% serious. It's a big lake. You got to know where to go. But the reason why is because it's right there on that Arkansas River. Out of Kansas, I mean, it's pretty damn good.
No, but if the license deal is going to get to be a problem, it's going to be everywhere. What's happening is a Swan Lake now in Missouri. They just come out this last week or so and said, as of right now, we're not going to do any waterfowl hunting on here. We can dove hunt, we can deer hunt, we can. There was something else they were hunting on it too, and I can't remember what it was. Quail hunt maybe, but we're not going to do waterfowl hunting because we don't have the manpower to do it. Well, it's not, but they're going to let you shoot snow geese. So I guess the guys that are watching the snow goose hunters are going to be off for 3 months during duck season or 2 months.
I guess.
But the state, and that's a federal wildlife refuge. Right. And I really honestly believe, and I've been saying this, by 2030 to 2035, your ass ain't hunting on federal land unless we have a conservative president come back in office. If we go a continuation of another 4 years of a Democrats, you're not hunting on federal land. They're going to shut off deer hunting, elk hunting, the western states. Every one of those places, because they don't give two shits about the small mom and pops, just like Trudeau don't give two shits about them small communities in Canada that make a living off the hunting dollars.
100%. I agree. And that's another thing, hunters, I think they all need to come together, and, this whole AR stuff that you have it is what it is. But at the end of the day, hunters don't, people shoot pigs with ARs.
Yes.
So that's about the only kind of hunting you do with an AR. I
think some people shoot deer and stuff because it's a 223 round.
Right.
It's too small to shoot deer with.
It's too small to shoot deer. You cripple on a lot of deer. So that being said, the laws and stuff and the way they go about that, they're talking about the AR stuff. But it's going to get to the point, you're right, if we don't make a change and stand up for it, because it's going to make it to the point. Look at shells. Look at where shells have went to.
I'm talking about with the federal deals. Ain't gonna be a gun thing.
Well,
they're not gonna want you on that.
They're not gonna want you on that land with any gun.
Bow hunting. The federal government don't want
shutting it down.
They're against animals being hunted.
100%.
I saw a damn video the other day.
First deer I shot was with a 223.
Huh?
The first deer I shot was with a 223.
It was a 243.
Oh, it was not.
Yes, it was. It's in the damn safe. It's a 243.
It's
in the safe. Yes, I'm positive. I don't own a 223. I've never owned a 223.
I bet I could shoot a deer with a 223. I'm going to make it a point.
You can't hit shit with nothing anyway.
I'm going to make it a point this year.
You can kill a deer with a 223, yes, but why shoot? Use a big rifle that's going to kill them. That's what guys pig hunting all the time. Yeah. Can we use an AR? I don't give two fucks if you use a slingshot to shoot a pig. Yeah. But if you want to kill the damn thing, you need to use a bigger rifle.
100%. Or hit him right in the ear.
But the bow.
Anyways, that's where I shoot.
I saw a video the other day, and I think it was in Glacier National Park. A grizzly bear had a moose calf and was eating it. And some lady was bitching and raising hell. Mm-hmm. And she was mad because that bear was eating meat and he could survive without eating meat.
No, she wasn't.
Yes.
No, she wasn't.
Yes, she was.
No,
you can look it up. You can look it up.
Are you serious?
Fuck yes. It was. You can look the shit up. It's on TikTok or some shit. And some lady was whining. She's a liberal. But they have no clue about the Mother Nature and how it works.
At that
You're
time,
shocked?
Very shocked.
Yeah. So
wow. They're going to reason with a bear?
No, she wasn't trying to talk to the fucking bear.
I know, but in her mind, she's thinking that she can reason that this bear is going to reason with itself.
That's where it's so bizarre, some of the shit you see on the internet. they've got to be fake accounts.
That's got to be.
I
fake.
mean, you know what I mean?
I
Like,
saw a video of a lady one time fishing somewhere, and a bear came up and was going through her tent, tearing her shit up. Oh no, Mr. Bear, I'm so nice to you. Why do you want to hurt me? But it's a fucking bear.
That's got to be a fake.
No, I sit there and have seen both of these.
I think people are just trying to get clicks.
get shit started.
No,
up.
there are dumb motherfuckers in this world. There's a lot of them.
Hey, there's a lot of people out there that'll try to pet a rattlesnake too.
Yeah, I mean, people are stupid.
I agree.
But the government, that left side, doesn't want us hunting because they think it's cruelty to animals. They don't realize if it wasn't for Ducks Unlimited, we wouldn't be duck hunting.
I agree.
We would have been done a long time ago on duck hunting. The same as a passenger pigeon. I don't buy the passenger pigeon. I don't buy that it just wiped out 30 billion birds in a couple of years. They had to have some disease or something. It wasn't from hunters. Couldn't have been. There's no possible way. There wasn't enough hunters back then. But the ducks would not be here if it wasn't for Ducks Unlimited. And now Delta's stepping in and doing the same thing. And Watt Ducks used to be here. And all these states have these duck deals. We need those people.
Agree.
Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation, there wouldn't be many elk left if it wasn't for them. Hunters are the best conservationists in the world. But the people on the other side, all they see is videos of these birds crappie flopping after they've been shot, and pigs and deer, and we don't need to do that.
And and I hunt, but I'll be honest with you, there's videos that I see on hunting channels. I'm like, is that really making us look that good?
It's right.
And I think that's what I'm saying. All hunters need to step together. Other than you guys having pile pictures, that's a big deal. Pile picture.
I think it's horrible.
I don't like that shit.
Nope.
And I don't know what it is. There's game wardens now that literally sit inside and they're Instagram game wardens. They're sitting there watching, picking you apart, and you wonder why you get caught. Well,
if there's, I'm assuming goose season is finally over up in the Arctic Circle now. I mean, is it finally? Other than being an Inuit or something,
Right.
Those are some no hunt motherfuckers too. When I watch like Life Below Zero, God Almighty, they're fucking terrible. But. You take if someone posted a pile pic and they had 1,500 snow geese on it, I'd thumb right past it.
Yeah.
Wouldn't even take a look at it. But you put a kid laying in decoys, or you put one bird landing in the decoys, and I'll stop and look at that picture and I appreciate it.
100%.
Content pictures are so much more than pile pics.
That's because you respect it. There's that's where I see a lot of these people that they don't respect of what it used to be. I mean, how long you been gone?
I've been in business. This has been my 32nd year.
32nd years. Okay, so 32 years. I would say the last 5 years, you've really seen probably a change of the attitudes of people that show up to hunt. All they want to do is kill, 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 kill.
No, not as much.
You might have a lot of
COVID changed that.
Is that what it is?
COVID made people appreciate more of being out.
Okay.
That because people lost their freedoms for a year or two. Mm-hmm. Some people did. In New York, there's probably some places in New York City you still can't have no freedoms.
Yeah.
But people didn't you think that after COVID people seemed to just enjoy being out?
Yeah, but
more?
that's over.
So now we're back to just let's kill.
It's over.
I see a lot more of that kill. I see people appreciate it more after COVID.
Right.
It's been the same for 25 years, 30 years. It's always been that shoot a limit. We're going to really piss people off next year. I don't know if we're going to piss them off, but the state of Texas is supposed to go to 5-bird specklebelly starting in 2024. Well, we're going to be at 3.
Yeah.
We're not doing 5. That's too many. It's too hard on the birds. The 8 birds in Oklahoma.
Oh.
And I think Brad only shoots 6.
Yeah.
From what I understand.
I think so.
And I appreciate and I respect that.
Yeah.
But you're going to have that one guy that's going to bitch. There'll be 12 coon asses here.
Uh-huh.
And they'll be like, well, God dang, we could have shot 12 more birds. Well, we're not doing it. Or 24 more birds or whatever it is. This is our limit and we're sticking to it.
So whenever the birds when you used to be able to kill 3. I mean, that was it. When it went to the 8 birds, I was like, heck yeah, all about it. We need that, Now I'm to the point I'm like, let's cut it back to 5.
The same people that go to Oklahoma to shoot 8 birds right now, if the limit was 3, 90% of them would still be there. The 10% customers you lose, you would replace in the same year with people.
100%.
People just want to hunt.
100%.
Ducks, same way. If we went to a 3-bird duck limit, people are still going to duck hunt.
I agree. The point system back in the day, was that such a bad thing? I don't know. I didn't live it.
It was great times.
It was a great times. And I can, my dad talks about it. My grandpa talked about it, but I didn't ever have that. All I remember is dad, yelling at me, don't shoot the hens, don't shoot the hens.
You can't shoot many more ducks today than you could back then.
Right.
But matter of fact, what's the limit? Are we on a 6-bird limit or 5-bird right now? I forgot. 6?
Five mallards
five
apiece.
mallards and a off duck.
But you can
An
shoot
off
6
duck.
widgeons.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
Sir. Yes, sir.
Back during the point day, you can only kill 5 widgeons. It was
I
a
got
20-point duck.
I got you.
Now you could shoot 10 teal.
Oh, I got you.
You could shoot 10 pintails.
Wow.
If you want to shoot a pintail, you better do it this year because they're fixing to close season on that nationwide.
You know, and if you look at like California, they're loaded with pintails.
But the numbers are way down.
And the numbers are way down. But I do believe that central fly zone is kind of pushing that way a lot more. And those pintails, we used to have a shit ton of them. And I don't see very many.
On wet years here, we're covered up with them still.
Yeah, we get a lot of pintails.
We get a ton of birds here, but they're fixing to shut the season down after this year unless something drastically happens because of the way they nest. They nest in wheat fields, don't they?
Yeah, and tall. Yeah, right before harvest when they put their nest down.
And so they get. I've seen where they've got these chains now on these combines that run out in front. They got like a post with a chain, and they try to do it to try to flush the birds out.
Oh,
but,
really?
You know, most farmers ain't gonna dick with that shit. They're trying to cut their wheat. They don't care if they kill a duck in the nest. But we are fixing to see pintail season probably be shut down, and it probably will be shut down. If you go by the old adage that 15% of mallards die every year, whether they get shot, 12% get shot or 2% get shot, 15% die every year. Well, if we're on the same thing with the pintails, us hunting is not going to make any difference on the numbers.
I agree.
If that's true. So
when, you know, you see these numbers, we had a good hatch this year, you know, those numbers, I mean, they're not out there. They, you know, they're speculating, they're putting an eye on it. I get that. But a lot of those birds disperse out from up there. So when they get here, are we seeing what percentage do you think of birds that we're actually getting here that are, you know, considered new birds?
Well, I don't know, but I think that like this year's a wet year in the Dakotas. I think everything in the Dakotas is really good. I think Saskatchewan's pretty dry. I think north of the I think you get it within 50 to 100 miles inside of Saskatchewan and Alberta. I think it's pretty dry up there, or it was earlier this year. But I think the duck numbers should be up. I believe that when they give you pretty good numbers, I don't believe the duck numbers because I haven't been seeing the ducks in the last 5-6 years that we've seen before.
Right.
I mean, even in Hobart, we ain't had the ducks there that we had 5-6 years ago. I mean, 6 years ago, you went up there the 1st of December, there was greenheads on every pond around there.
Mm-hmm.
You don't see that like you have.
Lugert's been dry.
But Luger's been dry.
Mm-hmm.
Rocky's not, or not Rocky. Yeah, it's Rocky that's north of there. Rocky, the Lake Rocky.
Yeah.
They've been doing some work on it.
Boss.
But it's just the ponds around there, though. I'm talking about there was ponds and places around Hobart that hold ducks everywhere, and you're not seeing them like you were. So I think the numbers are off, and then I'll talk to people, and they'll be like, yeah, numbers are off. And then last year, I think Indiana or Illinois somewhere, they killed a ton of ducks.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the duck numbers are down. You fix to pull up a map, Andy?
Yeah. It looks like Alberta is where your drought is.
Okay.
Well, that's where all the wildfires are, right?
I
Alberta?
think Quebec and Montreal, right north where we're going to be.
No.
There's no fires to the northeast?
Well, there are, but I think this is incredibly bad.
Like way up by Carrot River and shit where we were at, that areas?
This right here is incredibly bad with fires.
Well, that's right where we were at in Carrot River.
No, Saskatchewan's right here.
Yes. And Carrot River's to the left a little bit. About right to the left a little bit more?
Nope.
Yes, it is.
Nope.
You're full of shit.
Right there.
Okay, I'm not going to argue with you. It don't do me no good. So that's the drought area.
Right here in Alberta.
Is Kansas still that dry right now?
What, as of March or May 31st, 2023.
Wow.
But Blake keeps bitching. Well, no, Blake's wet right now.
He just bitches. He's a farmer. All farmers bitch.
Yeah.
It's nature.
Yeah, the bitch because they don't get no rain.
too
and
wet,
when it
too
does
dry.
rain, can't get my weed out.
Yeah, too cold, too dry. It don't matter what it is. Fucking, we need some cold weather. Goddamn, kill all these bugs and shit. Goddamn, now gotta have to break ice.
Yeah, you want to learn to bitch, go hang out with a farmer for a
Yeah.
day.
That's what some of their day is. If you want to be worth $1 million, start out farming with 10 million. You'll be a millionaire in about 2 years. So back to Fort Cobb. So Fort Cobb, the town, relies on the hunting dollars to come in.
No.
They don't. The farmers and the restaurants and stuff there don't make a killing.
No, they try to win state championships in basketball and baseball. And
What about Carnegie?
Carnegie, they got the casinos. There's the rock quarries there that kind of bring a little bit of money.
So
in
where
there.
are all the people that hunting in Fort Cobb staying at?
Man, some of them stay in Lawton. Some there's small hotels. You know, you got some stuff there by my house. That there's a little hotel. It's by the steakhouse. I mean, but there you're talking 4 or 5 rooms there, little small rooms. Some people stay in Weatherford.
So the when you go to Fort Cobb, it's not like you go to Devil's Lake at North Dakota and every little town's full of hunters that they're making money off of.
No, it's not like that at all. I'll tell you this, a lot of times people drive to Fort Cobb, they don't even get a hotel, because if you get a hotel, you ain't gonna go hunting. Walk-ins, I mean, between the walk-ins and the 35 boats that'll be on there a day.
There's your fires.
Okay, well, there's a shitload up by Montreal too.
I'm not saying that there wasn't, but I'm saying right out here where the drought is really bad.
That's all up by Banff and stuff.
That's
where the guy got bit up by the bear.
Anyway.
And there are a lot of lakes around. Tobin Lake's got fires too, where I said.
No, you said it was over here to the left. Tobin Lake is right. There's Prince Albert. I think this is Tobin. Come on, zoom in, bitch.
Right north of there. Fires.
Yeah, well, whatever. I think that's Tobin. Nipawin,
yeah.
right?
Yes, you're exactly right.
Yeah. So, are you willing to concede, or you want me to? Because I said right there where the drought is.
You said that, and I said at Montreal, and Montreal looked like there's a lot of fucking fires
there
at Montreal.
There are a lot of fires over there.
Okay, so I think that if we did it, there's more fires over at Montreal than there is over there, so I win. That's all solid fire there.
I didn't say. I mean, I didn't realize that we were going on like a point-per-point basis.
Well, yes, we do on everything.
You were saying that there were no fires in Western Canada, and there are a bunch of fires in Western Canada.
Did you ever hear me say there was no fires? I never said that one time. I never said one fucking time there was no fires there.
Like, no. It's all in Quebec.
I never said that shit. I said it's
all in Quebec.
All I know is the other day during the Yankee game or whatnot, they couldn't play because of the visibility from the smoke. So I didn't know there was fires all the way across Canada like that, to be honest with you.
It was bad in New York the other day. They shut down LaGuardia.
Yeah. The ones in Quebec all started at the exact same time.
Hell of a lightning strike.
Bam.
You know what's sad? We don't trust our government on anything.
Yeah. That's a topic that, I tell people all the time. It's one of those ones like, what do you do? At this point, I mean, you watch all this TikTok stuff on there and they got grown ass man yelling, just, show us this, show us that, be honest. What do you do? Because at the end of the day, I mean, there's a law for everything to protect them from all it is. It is what it is. Either they fucked up or they didn't. I mean, fix it. Find a way to go about it, and they're not going to do that.
You might as well just start living your life.
You might as well live your life.
There is nothing going to change the corruption in Washington, D.C.
You're 100%. And I think it goes back for so long of the corruption. Like hell, you look at those people before they even accepted the jobs and what they do and voted in. They wasn't nobody. They were just average old people, and now they're worth what? Like that. I mean, if that don't tells you anything, I mean,
there's very few people in Washington D.C. that are poor, that are in the political realm. There's none. Well, if you are, you're fucking horrible with your inside stock trading.
100%.
They're all crooked, and it's going to continue that way. And it's way before we don't realize when it all started. That so much did just pop up at once, didn't they?
Yeah, they're just all kind of right at the same time, all up there, and then just
what
took
do you,
off.
Andy? This ain't the World's on Fire podcast, but we're going to turn this into a question here. What do you honestly think the goal is if someone started these fires all on purpose?
I don't know.
Well, that's a good answer.
I mean, I'm not going to bullshit you and pretend.
Pretty in-depth answer.
I'm not going to bullshit you and pretend.
What about you, Quay? What do you think? What's the goal of starting wildfires? Is it to push the climate control agenda? Because fires are natural.
Fires are natural, and I think that's a problem with these people. They wonder why you have these wildfires and stuff. Used to they did control burns all the time, and now they kind of got away from that, and they wonder why everything when it gets it's those cedar trees are bombed just waiting to go off, and. Me personally, why I think those fires up there started, I mean, there's a lot of import-export coming in right there in that area. And, with everything going, how it is with, the economy and stuff. I mean, hell, it's just like they got everything down in Houston shut down, as far as import and export stuff. So I think that may have something to do with it.
We used to go when I was a kid. So in the in the 70s, we would go to my grandparents in Kansas. My grandparents lived in a town called Buffalo, Kansas. And we would leave Wichita Falls. And we would drive around the 21st of June because it was my dad's birthday. And we would go up there, and it was Father's Day weekend. So we would go up there for Father's Day, and we would see my grandpa Stanfield. My dad would have a birthday, and we did it every year. We'd go up for 4 days probably, not a long time. I'm sure 4 days to my grandparents was fucking like us being there for 2 months. But anyways, we would go there. But we would leave like at 6 o'clock at night, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and we would drive, and we'd get there about 11 o'clock at night. That was our normal deal. That was the way we would do it. My dad would coach baseball, whatever we did, and we'd leave. But there was fires. It was either thunderstorms, which is thunderstorm season then, or fires, because the guys would cut their wheat and they would burn off instead of plowing it. And you don't see that anymore.
No, everybody
I
went
got to pee.
Everybody went to the no-till stuff and they're just spraying the chemical. I think that's another thing too that hinders everything is the chemical.
As far as like turkey populations and stuff like that,
Quail and turkey.
everything?
I mean, that's my opinion. It is what it is. I mean, you got to, for guys to cover the amount of acres that it takes to pay for the equipment that they're using and stuff like that, you have to utilize it. I mean, you can't go around and, get on a plow tractor all summer long. I mean, you just couldn't keep up, so I get it. But I think that's why, we used to have a bunch of quail, and I mean, there's a lot of cotton planted the last 4 or 5 years, and the quail kind of just they're not there anymore.
Yeah, corner to corner farming has also impacted a lot of that because you don't have the windrows anymore. You don't have any natural cover anymore. So when guys are knocking down trees and shit like that to put in more acres of farming, then those birds rely on that natural cover. And when it's not there, then they're not there.
Yeah, I agree. And drift, takes, a lot of the trees out and those old fence lines. I mean, back in the day, I mean, how many fields did you see that had a true fence through it without, a tree being a fence post every now and then,
We sprayed here
Mm-hmm.
the other day. Usually this is all plowed down and looks nice and shit. And just in 3 weeks, it's went from, matter of fact, we got milo and hay grazer and stuff planted out here for dove hunting.
Mm-hmm.
It's covered in careless weeds.
Yeah.
All this rain we've had, we had to spray it the other day. Matter of fact, yesterday the helicopter was here spraying all of our stuff. Both places, every place we have has got to get sprayed now.
Ain't that crazy? And I think those birds, or not the birds, but the weeds, get spread from other birds, shitting here and whatnot. And the residual from those weeds, I mean, it takes a shit ton of chemical to kill them. I mean, you'll look out there and those mare cells will just be barely curled over. And I mean, those guys are spraying a shit ton of money out there trying to get rid of them. But
I've had 3 calls in the last 2 weeks on quail hunting.
Mm-hmm.
You got any birds this year? Well, the places that we have that would have quail, yeah, I'm sure there are some birds there because we've had a good wet spring. We hadn't had a lot of hail here.
Nope,
we've had good rain, so we should be in good shape quail-wise. But that don't mean we're not going to get a front August or October 15th, get a weird cold front, and then they're all dead.
You see a lot of pairs this time of year. I mean, and then all of a sudden around, I used to say it all the time, around, if you drove down the road, you'd see quail in the ditch back in the day. If there's cotton fields, no quail in the ditch.
What is the what is the your turkey population at Fort Cobb? Is it crashed?
Oh, it's terrible.
That's crazy.
I'll tell you this. Matter of fact, Game Warden and I had a conversation the other day. People that are actually turkey hunting out there, like it's almost disrespectful. They're that. I mean, used to there was turkeys everywhere, but I mean, growing up, I grew up right there at Burke Burnett, on the river and whatnot. And I mean, there's turkeys everywhere. There wasn't nothing to go across the border over there and, around family and, just driving down the back roads. Dad and I hunted over there all the time. You'd see 100 turkeys in a field. I ain't seen that in years. And, at the end of the day, was it the chemical? Was it the varmints and all this shit that people say it gets them? I think they're a ground bird. I think they got everything against them.
We used to have a place at Hobart that we would see, I don't know, 200, 300, 400 in a flock. It was huge.
Yeah.
First time I saw it, I thought it was a bunch of geese on a field. I looked at it, I was like, son of a bitch, there's some geese right there by the house. So it's right by where our house is there. Shit, you can't find 6 turkeys now.
I'm telling you. And that goes back to probably 4 or 5 years ago whenever everybody had cotton. Everybody was, there was people planting cotton that's never planted cotton, That was because cotton was up and whatnot, and I think that had a lot to do with it, in my opinion. I mean, you pissing people off by saying that.
If you can kill a plant, you can do something harmful to an animal and a human being. When they start spraying cotton around here to defoliate it,
well, that's exactly
fucking kills my head. I get headaches and shit.
Yeah, that's where I think the defoliation of that cotton. I think that is what the eye mite. Remember they were saying all the birds got these eye mites. You don't have eye mites from the other side of Warwick, Oklahoma, all the way to freaking Liberal, Kansas. You just don't. Eye mites don't spread that fast. I mean, I don't give a rat's ass what anybody says, but everybody was freaking out because we were getting that early freeze, and they were coming in there and they had the shit just going and blowing, and I think that wiped out a numerous amount of them. And I think that, You'd think he'd kill hogs too, but
There ain't nothing kills hogs. Drought.
man, they're just those
Drought
hogs.
and helicopters.
Yeah. You know, I will say this. There's 2 cornfields, early corn right there behind the house, and it hasn't eared out or anything yet, but the hogs, I haven't seen them like I used to. And they have been helicopter hunting like a son of the state has a helicopter rolling. There's another guy that does high on the hog, Travis there. He's a good buddy of mine. They are hunting every day, and I mean, they're getting it. And he's telling me they're killing, from 30 to 130 a day.
Shit, what they did here? 1,000 pigs one day?
I don't know.
I think
See that?
Dustin told me they shot 1,100 or something one day.
That's impressive. I'm all for it. I mean, I hate them hogs.
They do a lot of damage.
Man, they do.
Must switch it up. You're an OU guy or an OSU guy?
OSU guy.
So do you hate OU's girls softball?
No, because I played college ball myself, so I actually didn't either go to either one of them. So I'm all about a good organization ran right, and I think Patty just runs a badass operation. And you know what? At the end of the day, why dog it? They're good for a reason.
See, I got in trouble today with Clay. He's like, God damn it, they recruit, they do this, they get to play at home all the time in the World Series. Nebraska has a college baseball World Series. I don't see us bitching about them.
That's right.
I think the lady at Oklahoma has got one of the greatest dynasties of all time. Nobody's bitching about the transfer portal in football. Now, Alabama don't have to get transfers for everybody else.
No, they reload.
Most teams are getting Alvin Kamara.
Yeah.
Left Alabama, went to Tennessee.
Yep.
Kids are leaving Alabama and going to other places because they're not going to get a play because the 2 guys in front of them are both 5-star recruits also.
Yeah.
But the lady at Oklahoma has won, how many, has she won 7 national championships now?
Yes, sir.
Most of anybody in the big, whatever the hell that is, Big 12, Big 10, whatever the hell it was,
Yeah.
Big 8, whatever it was of all time,
Yeah.
that's the most. She's getting transfers, there's no doubt, but she also recruits the top of the notch. And if you can play, why would you not want to go to Oklahoma? And I'm not an Oklahoma fan.
Hey, and I'll tell you right now, I've heard stories, and this is she has closed practices. You're not coming into her practices, but she runs a top ship. She has a big clock out there on the scoreboard, and every time that thing goes to another second or it's on a minute, their drills. If you're not in action to go there, you're kicked out of practice for that day.
Really?
Oh yeah, she don't play. That being said, attention to detail has allowed that to get her to that point. Not every girl, just because you're good, don't mean you can play for her. You know what I mean? There's
more than 12 good girl softball players in the world.
100%. You know what I mean? And I think she's the type of guy or type of gal that could take a great softball player and ruin her. I think she takes a lot of good softball players and makes them great.
Mm-hmm.
But there's what you would consider your prima donna term. I don't really like to use that term, but there are prima donnas that they have to have things a certain way before them to be. They got to look
Taylor Swift,
right? Prima donnas of the end. I don't think that she deals with that shit. I just don't think
you're
she
gonna
does.
do it. Bill Belichick, you're doing it my way, not your way.
Yeah, and if you don't like it, there's somewhere else for you to go play.
There's a local girl here from Stanford that plays for UT.
Mm-hmm.
I think her name's City Gonzalez or something. And she's a true freshman, and she pitched for them, and she pitched against Oklahoma. And I think got beat pretty handily. And somebody's like, oh, God damn, she got beat by Oklahoma. The girl's a fucking freshman. She played against Oklahoma.
Yeah.
I mean, that would be like playing the Yankees in the 30s when they had Murderers Row. I mean, it's it's one of the greatest lineups ever. And she got to play in the College World Series. She had a hell of a year.
Yeah.
It's right now, it's like playing Tiger in his prime. If Oklahoma, I like the softball World Series. That is my favorite sport. I do not like
fun to watch.
It is. I would rather watch it than the men's. I love the college. I love the college softball.
I'm glad you'd rather watch some girls than them guys.
I do. Hey, Andy, what about you?
I like both of them.
And I'll tell you this, and this is no disrespect. Used to, when I was in college, the softball girls could beat most men up.
Playing softball.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Nowadays, these girls are pretty good looking, flat ass getting it done. You know what I mean? And you gotta, and I don't, I know that they have their own opinions and they're entitled to whatever it is, but you look at Jordy Ball there and how Patty out. This is a perfect example how she runs her, her whole organization. They had her on the news with the catcher. I can't remember her name. They had her on the news, Patty and that catcher up there, and the question was, well, how, Jordy Ball, she's so awesome, this, that, and the other. And Patty answered it knowing that she was about to leave without this being announced yet, she said, well, I was really excited how the other girls set her up to be successful. We got some girls coming in behind her that,
Did the one girl leave?
Yeah, Jordy. Yeah, she's going back to Nebraska.
I did see that.
Yeah, and I mean, at the end of the day, good for her.
What position did she play?
She was the pitcher.
Okay.
Yeah,
but they've got the top pitcher in high school coming in.
Oh, yeah, they got a few of them coming in. But here's the thing that you look at her stats. I'm pretty sure you may pull up, correct me on this, but I'm pretty sure she gave up 8 earned runs in 2 years.
That's crazy.
Who am I looking up?
Jordy Ball. Her 8 true earned runs in 2 years playing softball. That's
so Nebraska
impressive.
will be relevant next year.
Nebraska, if I'm going to tell you right now, if I was a girl that, wanted to get in there and be a part of an organization that, maybe be the ORU of the Omaha this year, the sleeper team, I think Nebraska might be it. Cause I mean, when you got a girl out there running the ship, I mean, you can win in that game.
Okay. Let's talk college baseball for a second.
Okay.
First of all, I feel sorry for the kid at Texas that plays in the outfield. I don't know that they would have won the game anyways. There was extra innings, but Texas started to get the momentum. It's a bad deal.
Bad deal.
They had a great season regardless.
Yep.
I want to see Oral Roberts or TCU win it. Those are the 2 teams I'm pulling for.
I'll say this. I couldn't agree more. The guy at ORU has done an exceptional job up there, but he's been very good in the in the past. I mean, there's a lot of good ball players come out of that Tulsa area. You know what I mean?
In the 80s, Oral Roberts was a powerhouse. Big
yes,
time.
sir. Yeah. So you see TCU, man. I'm kind of the rebel kind of guy. Man, I want to see Tennessee win it.
They're assholes.
At the end of the day, they are. But that coach is cool, man.
You know why they
He's
won't
cool
win
as
it?
shit. Because of that.
No, they won't win it because of Clay Travis.
You don't think so?
Fuck no, he jinxes them in every sport they have. He gets on Twitter and talks about this is our year, and he done it. Tennessee, what happens? Their quarterback blows out his ACL.
Yeah.
And basketball, they got beat on a fucking Hail Mary shot that they should have won that game.
Yeah.
So they'll find a way to fuck up baseball too, just because. But those kids are cocky as shit.
Oh man, they are, and they know they're good. But man, people don't understand how tough that conference is. Even in baseball, I mean, good night. You got some studs that come out of there, but I'd just like to see Tennessee do it, just because. I mean, I played against TCU. They're just as cocky. They just may not show it as much,
So what we got? We got Texas. I mean, not Texas. We got TCU and we got Oral Roberts playing in it, and then you've got Wake Forest.
Yep, Wake Forest,
Tennessee.
I don't even know the other two.
Stanford.
That's right.
And there's somebody else from up the north. I can't remember. Oral Roberts. Oral Roberts has got a center fielder. It's got a 47 or 48 game hitting streak.
Yeah, they got some studs up there on the mountain too.
Well, I hope Oral Roberts or TCU wins, and I'm sure they won't. But that's who I'm going for. We're talking sports. Did you see the WNBA's complaint now? I guess Brittany Griner got harassed at the Dallas airport by someone. I mean, you see a 6'2" chick with a dick with an Adam's apple playing like she's a woman comes walking through the airport. Yeah, people make fun of her or something.
Yeah,
they bitching because she didn't the way she hated America. Now she should.
Now she stands up for the flag.
She should. She only got out of prison because she's a basketball player. Otherwise, nobody give 2 shits.
I agree, 100%.
And now they're bitching. The WNBA ought to put those girls on private planes. You know what? This is women's fault. It's women's fault. Women make up 51% of our country. If they would support women's sports, they could fly private jet. Nobody gives 2 shits about professional women's sports. Hate to tell you this.
Yeah.
I agree. All sports. What professional sports do women play right now that people want to go see? We dominate in women's hockey, right?
Yeah.
Is there a women's hockey league?
No.
I don't know if there is.
Yeah.
Women's softball. OU.
Yeah. Yeah,
is there any other soft? Is there? I think there may be a women's softball league, but
they're starting to get a women's professional league. There's the Oklahoma City has a team, and it's like basically all the
who's going to go? Who's going to go there? More people going to go watch OU play softball. Or are they going to go to that professional league?
I'm not going.
No, nobody's going to.
I'm not going.
Nobody supports women's sports. WNBA, you could give me free fucking tickets and $1,000 spending money, and I wouldn't go.
I'm right there with you. Now I will go watch those girls play sand volleyball.
Well, yeah, because they're good looking in bikinis.
Well, yeah, you can say that, and not only that, they can. I mean, that's not an easy sport either. But you can't buy legs. Them girls got them legs for days up there.
But there's no market for that.
You're right.
There's not
There's
much of a
none.
market at all on women's sports.
There's just not.
I mean,
Right.
who wants to see a bunch of women that date other women, most of them, play basketball with an undersized ball? It's just no fun to watch.
You ain't wrong. I mean, you're speaking the truth that everybody wants to say. You know, I don't disagree with you at all.
Yeah, if the NBA didn't give the women, I saw a deal today because this is big news. They're coming out about them wanting these private jets, and I don't know if the numbers are true, but they said the WNBA brings in $60 million a year, which was fucking more than 59 million more than I thought they'd bring in. But I'm
Yeah.
sure that's their TV contract, the money the NBA gives them, because the NBA is paying for that league. If it wasn't for the NBA, the women's league would be defunct. That men's basketball brings in $60 billion a year.
Yeah.
And that surprises me because I can't figure. Do you think that NBA, does that surprise you? $60 billion for the NBA?
Mm-hmm. This says she gave up 25 runs this year.
She gave up 25 earned runs.
20.
Yeah, earned runs though.
Yep, right here.
Oh, really?
Right there.
Earned runs 20. Is that over her career?
No,
That's
I
this
think
year?
this is just this year. Game started 23, appearances 31,
So she gave up one earned run a game.
Yeah.
basically.
I mean, that's damn.
yeah. I mean, her
Yeah.
ERA is 1.02.
Hey, I'll tell you all this. I mean,
So,
I've seen some guys
a
that can throw
stud.
the rock and pitch and whatnot, but I don't know if I'd really want to just dig in on that.
Have you ever tried to bat
No,
against one of
fuck
these
hell
women?
yeah. Like they're
You've
throwing-
tried it?
Yeah, hell yeah.
they're
Good
throwing it
luck.
from here to the door, basically.
And not only can they make it go down, they make it so much go up. And that when that thing hops out there in front of you like that, you don't see that in baseball. I mean,
What I saw Albert Pujols, the hot chick from Texas, Jenny Finch. who
yeah,
used to play
Jenny.
there.
Yeah,
You know, God bless. I hope she's not a lesbian because she needs to be on our side.
yeah.
Anyways, I saw her. She struck out Albert Pujols, just couldn't hit her, and he was the greatest hitter in baseball there was. Now it's going to take you to get acclimated to trying to shoot some from down low
timing.
and all that shit. But still, it's hard.
You damn right. And you know, and the thing is, it's a natural motion, so they can pitch all damn day. And you know, baseball players, you see those guys, they get about that fifth inning and whatnot. So okay, got those 95. That's pretty average in the big leagues. About 80 pitches into that 95 is not all the time. It's not consistent.
And there's some 91s and 92s.
There's some 91s and some 92s in there that you have, your odds, are still against you, but they're in your favor as a hitter at that time. Those girls, it seems like about the fifth inning, they grab another gear. That son of a bitch keeps coming.
How fast do the girls throw the ball? Are they 80s?
No, 77, I think, is the fastest recorded softball pitch ever from a female. But I think, average, they're around 76 or average probably 72 to, I think that one girl was throwing at 76 every now and then the other day. So around 70.
But fuck,
68,
like Andy
70.
said, you're throwing the ball from the recliner to the TV, basically.
100%.
Jenny Ball throws 65 is about what she's at.
Average.
So,
And she makes it move.
But and that's another thing is like, I liked it when you first started watching it. I don't know if they do this anymore, but it's like they showed their speed and then it was like equivalent to 92 mile an hour.
Like they
ball
do
in
that
the
with Little League
majors.
too with those boys.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that kind of that went a long way in like people that aren't softball watchers like we clearly are.
Mhm.
Yeah. I mean 65.
Could you hit her?
Fuck no. 65 from here to there is humming. And then, like you said, when you factor in the movement and everything, it's a different level.
and it moves late. That's what people don't understand. They don't move out of the hand. It moves late. I mean, it's a real deal. I mean, you're looking at spin as a hitter. If it's up, and you see the dot or whatnot, or however they explain it, and it's up, you better let that some bitch going up because you're gonna look dumb real quick.
Them old gals can. It's a great game. I'm telling you.
Oh, man.
I enjoy it. I wish the hell it was not. I wish it was further out in the summer and it lasted a little bit longer. I wish the tournament was bigger and it was in July because that would get us into football more.
I agree.
It's quick. It's too quick. The college baseball World Series I'll watch off and on. I just like the girls game moves faster.
Man, when they got it out of the old Rosenblatt Stadium up there, I kind of just like, it is what it is. But back in the old stadium, the sun, was such a huge factor. How many games did that cost?
Yeah.
Here's some highlights from her. And I guess this is like back to back, but so I guess she threw 65 and then she just hits the brakes and throws at 50.
Yeah. There. See that one right there? That go out and away? Yeah. Oh, that's not fair.
But
I think she's on the other side too, man. I think she's got a girlfriend.
90% of them do.
I know.
you got to look for the ribbon in the hair.
Oh,
that's-
is that
what it is, yeah.
We have a girl that hunts with us that's going to Coastal Carolina. Her and her dad. And she's a nice girl.
I don't see a ribbon.
No, she's a boy. She likes boys. Oh, you talking about the girl that hunts with us?
No,
Oh.
her.
Yeah, I don't.
Just nasty. Just shoop.
That's
Look
not
how
even
far
fair.
ahead she was
Yeah.
on it.
I mean, it's a guess. You're guessing to where that ball is going to be, and you better get there. And that's what I don't. You know, OU is not only can they pitch and play defense, they can flat ass hit.
Oh, they can rake.
They can.
Those girls are great
hit.
athletes.
Yeah, they
great
are.
athletes.
They are, and it's like baseball. You know, you take a baseball player, he can play football and basketball. He can. I mean, it's proven. A softball girl that can play that, she can go play basketball and volleyball and other sports competitively at that level too.
I would put girls basketball I think I'd probably watch girls gymnastics before I'd watch girls basketball.
You ever watch paint dry?
It'd be about the same thing.
I almost rather have a cool color to watch dry than go for any tip off.
The best thing happened to college girls basketball was this year. The girls in Iowa and LSU, and if they can continue that rivalry, that's good for that sport.
That is.
There's no doubt that girls basketball is a pure sport. Those girls
agree.
pass. They use better mechanics. They don't walk as much.
Better team
But
speed.
I just do not enjoy the game as much. But it reminds me more of basketball in the 70s or 80s when the NBA played defense.
Yeah, when dunking was
She
a
does have a
goaltending.
boyfriend.
Well, he said it, not me.
She's got a boyfriend.
How do you know it's not her brother?
I love you.
I love
She
you.
can love her brother.
You don't write it like that
Yeah.
when that's
Damn,
your brother.
I'm gonna have to grow me one of them stashes.
So yeah, she's got
That might be back in the day, you know.
Boy's got a Nebraska coat on.
3 weeks ago.
3
So
weeks ago, yeah.
So she is from Nebraska.
She's
Yeah.
from small town
Let
Nebraska.
me tell you
going
something.
home.
All we're going to hear about this year is Nebraska softball from Blake Poppy.
From Blake.
Because it used to be women's volleyball, but now he's going to be like, we're going to be really good in softball now.
I'm excited about Nebraska softball.
Man,
now.
Nebraska hasn't been good since Eric Crouch running quarterback, and that's in all sports. They might have a good band, I don't know, but it's hard to march in snow.
They're good in bowling.
Yeah,
And
really
they're good in volleyball.
because it's
we do
indoor.
watch, we do
The
watch a lot of bowling.
the first year Blake worked for us, he's like, we can watch the game tonight. It's like, it's Tuesday night. What the fuck? We were in Hobart at Goose Camp. I'm like, what are we? Women's volleyball. Fuck, no, we ain't watching shit. Come on, Jeff. Seriously, we can't watch it. I was like, who's playing? Nebraska's playing Penn State in the semifinals. Like, fuck, if you want to watch that shit.
Yeah.
We all fucking went to bed.
Yeah,
Blake, come in. Yeah. Go Big Red.
That's all he needed.
you know those guys absolutely just love their
Is she a
sports up
looker,
there.
Andy?
It's not bad.
Put that picture up
Athletic.
there on her. She is athletic looking.
Yeah.
Yeah, she looks straight.
Now that you see that.
Yeah.
And she looks straight to me.
There you go.
Yeah, I just heard that. I don't know.
We had Tress Way on with us, the punter for the Redskins, and his wife played softball at OU.
Really?
She was All-American outfitter a couple of years.
Wow.
She liked men, too, so that worked out good for him.
Well, I mean, at that time, she probably, he might be getting a 2-for-1 special there too.
He's pretty stacked. I don't know if I'd have said that.
well, you know what I mean.
Come to Fort Cobb looking you up.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I mean, yeah.
No,
I know
I-
him from Adam, but at the end of the day, I mean, she might go both
The
ways.
percentages in women's sports are pretty damn high.
Right,
I'm telling
pretty
you
high.
right now.
And that's fine. They're that's to teach their own. That's their deal. But it's frustrating. It's frustrating for sure.
Another one off the market?
Yeah, it's like
Damn
damn.
it.
Could you imagine if the men's baseball team, you were trying to figure out which one was straight on the team?
Oh no.
I mean,
it's-
and what's funny is when you see the crowd at the games,
Mm-hmm.
it's like a lesbian convention at them softball games.
man, I'm telling anybody.
Yeah. They
Yeah,
all built like me and got my same haircut.
Choo.
Every one of them.
Yeah. My
How
buddy,
does that work? Do you buy a ticket for each individual game, or do you get like a day pass at the College World Series?
No, I think it's individual game. Like
Yeah,
they clean out the stadium.
But they definitely have a rainbow package because there's a lot of them there.
Rainbow.
If you watch the fucking crowd,
So I shouldn't take the boys one year.
you'd have a lot of explaining to do. We went to Taos one time when Zach was about, I don't know, Zach was probably 8 and 9 maybe. I don't know. We're in Taos and there's a bunch of lesbians around there, and he's like, "Mom, why are these mom and daughters holding hands walking around?"
Oh man.
Yeah, that's a sugar mama.
Yeah.
And that's Candy there. And Candy
Yeah.
looks like me, so she ain't very candy.
We had to change the subject last night with Reese. I kissed Jesse, and Jameson, he gets real embarrassed. Jameson's my youngest, and he gets embarrassed and like covered his eyes. And Jesse was like, "Well, if we didn't kiss, we wouldn't have been married." And if we didn't get married, we wouldn't have had you kids. And Reese was like, yeah, you would have. You had us. And he doesn't realize it.
I'm kind of curious.
It takes
Yeah.
two.
Yes.
Yeah, how'd you explain that one?
Well, it's time for bed.
Yeah, it's not
You know what he told me last
Go
night?
brush your teeth.
So he's in the. Everybody come into the house eating last night. We're in the back of the room, and I walk in there, and Jameson goes, "Judge, Under Wraps 2, let's watch it." I was like, "Oh, I don't give a shit what y'all watch. So I want to do." Reese, we can't watch that. I go, "Huh?" He goes, "We can't watch that." I go, "Why?" He goes, "Read that." I go, "What?" He goes, "Read it." Said it's, hey, Rose is, what's the monster's name on that? Like Cletus or some shit? He's
I don't
know. Rose's dad and his fiance Cletus, the mummy or something. I go, huh? He goes, they're gay. I go, why would they fucking do that shit?
I don't know.
I'm like, so I had to change. Did you know that?
Yeah,
I did not realize that Under Wraps 2 has got a gay mummy.
evidently. I guess.
But Reese pointed it out. He's like,
Yeah.
read that, Judge. So I start reading the title of it or something. And it's like Rose's dad, Bob, his fiance, whatever the fucking mummy's in. Why was Disney or whoever getting them? I don't understand, because all they're doing is taking some potential customers.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, if that mummy is engaged to Rose's mom, nobody in America cares. The gay people don't give a shit, and the straight people don't give a bit. But you make that mummy gay, and straight people have had enough of that shit. I don't give a shit who you sleep with, but I'm tired of you forcing it on fucking kids.
Man, that's the thing that is just bizarre. I mean, good night. Some of these schools nowadays are teaching this shit, and you're just like, dude, what?
I've never been on the Muslim side on anything, but the Muslims and their anti-gay shit in Canada, with all the flag tore down the rainbow shit. Hey, man, brother. And I don't mind gay people, but I'm tired of forcing the shit down there.
Yeah.
Quit, propping up your sexuality, no matter who you sleep with. But kids, Disney shouldn't have anything like that. But don't make it. Are you looking up the description of it, Andy?
I'm trying to.
Well, the thing about it is these kids have so many questions, and it's just confusing them. I mean, at the end of the day, it's just confusing them. It's such bullshit.
And you don't realize how young they ask questions, but when Reese pointed that out to me, he understood that.
He knew it.
Yeah, and Dylan, our granddaughter, made a comment in New York City about somebody that's that way. It was a guy wearing a dress. She goes, that's a guy wearing a dress, huh? I said, yeah, he's not. He doesn't look very good, does he? No. But, I mean, but they shouldn't have to be exposed to that stuff. Like I said, I don't give a shit who you sleep with. I don't.
Yep.
But don't force it down kids.
The first to feature a gay wedding and the second to feature a gay kiss.
On Under Wraps
2.
Yeah. So basically what you've done is you've taken my family, which is no big deal to Disney because I'm not spending no money with them fuckers anyways.
Right.
But you've taken my grandkids ain't watching that shit, or at least not in my house.
Yeah.
And if Andy and them want to kiss in front of it and watch it in their house, that's their deal, I guess. But my grandkids ain't watching it. Well, how many other families like that? There's 1 million families in America that think just like I did. So you've lost 1 million customers. And I just saw where their CFO resigned today over they're losing money. Yeah, they're fucking bleeding money.
Yeah, so that being said, that's another thing too that my question is how stupid. To us it's stupid as shit for the like take Bud Light for instance, that was retarded, dumb. But is it a tactic in the fucking stock market for them guys because they sold out how all them people sell out all their stocks months before they present this, sell out, cash out, and then just whenever the stocks go back down, they rebuy.
I don't know that Bud Light.
It's got to be something because it's retarded.
But Bud Light is not traded by itself.
You're right.
We had Trace Wayne on here yesterday, the football player, and he got some feedback because they were shooting Bud Light cans.
Mm-hmm.
He goes, I don't like Bud Light. I drink Busch Light. Mm-hmm. Well, they're owned by the same fucking company.
100%.
So if you don't buy Bud Light and you go buy Busch Light, Budweiser don't care. They're making the same money, but Molson and Coors are the one that's capitalizing. Yeah. Mark Cuban came out last week and he said it's dumb to penalize these companies going woke. It's smart on their part. No, it's not. You're a smart man. You can't tell me losing $20 billion worth of fucking cash sales is good for your business. There's no way that it's good for your business to get involved.
Math being what it is, no way. That's why I think there's a whole other agenda behind it that nobody knows. That at the end of the day, that like it just nothing about that makes sense.
Unless the Biden administration is promising these people he's going to cover all their losses later down the road on something.
Hell, they might be getting a tax break for, you know what I mean? Who knows nowadays?
I don't know what it is, but Bud Light, Target's really screwed up because now Target's got the gay people. Here's the deal with the gay people, and this is my thing on gay people. Gay people are fools because they've let the transgender people hijack their platform. Gay marriage was a big thing 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Obama come out in 2008, him and Biden completely against gay marriage in 2008. 2016, they'd pivoted. It was okay. It was acceptable now. 2022, we don't give two shits if gay people get married. I don't care. I don't care at all. If heterosexual people have been fucking marriages up for a long time, so if gay people want to do it, knock themselves out.
Right.
But we accepted the gay stuff, so now they throw the transgender on there. I'm not for the transgender shit. So if that's going to be part of your rainbow parade, piss off. Yeah. I'm not into that shit. I'm against the transgender shit. Completely 100% against it. It's not normal. It's wrong. And I'm against it. But they have hitched their wagon, and now the gay, the LGB, whatever it is, they're letting the trans take over. Well, that's where all the hatred's coming from. It ain't towards the gay people. It's because the trans people.
Yeah.
You know?
And it's for attention. A lot of it is that's only, I mean, it's disgusting in my opinion, but it is what it is. You got so many people out there that have opinions and they think they're entitled to them and they try to take them to the next platform. And
well, we've done a really good job of doing that on our platform.
Yeah.
We're very opinionated.
Well, and no, at the end of the day, I mean, you're saying what other people think, but you have the platform to do it.
Are you against transgender shit, Andy?
What do you mean?
Do you think there's a place in our country for this transgender platform? Do you think there's a place in the world
doing what?
To be pushing transgender shit on kids?
No.
At all. I don't care. If you want to go home and you want to wear high heels and Jesse wants to beat you with a crop in the back of your ass all night long and shove an apple and orange up your ass, that's up to y'all. I think you're a fool if you're letting her do that. But if that's what you want to do, I don't care. Nobody else knows either and nobody cares.
Right.
But when you want to make kids think it's okay, surgery. I saw a story. I
didn't want to explain normal sex to my 8-year-old child.
Yeah, now I mean that one.
But you shouldn't have to at 8.
But I sidestepped that one just because, I mean, he's like, well, you would have still had us, Mom. You had us. So like I sidestepped that, and that's the way that nature intended. That's the way nature intended it to be.
When he starts taking long showers, you need to have that talk with him.
So I mean, I sidestepped straight sex with him. Just last night, now all of a sudden people want me to explain,
oh, buddy,
I don't have
any
and all that other stuff. So.
I don't have any kids, never been married, so I'm speaking just from the outside looking in. I'm glad that I don't have to explain that because I'm maybe too upfront about, well, this is what it is. So that they don't go to school and hear this other bullshit agenda and think that that's the right way,
right?
Then you're hidden. So there's two sides of that. I don't know. It's disgusting.
If the little girl in front of you in class has boobs and she bends over and you look down her shirt and your pee-pee gets hard, that's normal.
That's okay.
That's a normal thing. Don't worry.
And I can't remember when we learned it. I know we did like a sex ed class.
You were in
like
6th grade.
5th or 6th grade, but it was like very mild. It was like this is this, and like
we didn't have the smartphones.
We'll get into some other stuff.
We didn't have the social media. Years. We had your local phys ed teacher up there, and he was, speaking about the whole bullshit I laughed about the other day, putting a condom on a banana. Like that was your sex ed. In school. These kids know more about sex before they even get into school. That I'm talking. Younger, way younger, asking questions that you never thought in a million years that they would even ask.
Sir, I'd like a cucumber instead of
I need a small pickle that you would put.
Yeah. Bill, please.
Yeah. You got them pickling cucumbers? That's what I need.
Yeah. I mean, it's sad, man. I mean, Jesus Christ. And that goes back to the whole philosophy of the hunting stuff. Like, Jesus Christ, hunters better get together and stick together because they're trying to shut all shit down.
The hunting deal, the market on the federal land is a serious deal, and people scoff at that all the time. Like, fuck, shit. He don't know what I'm talking about. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm not in Washington, D.C., but I see where the trend is going, and you don't have to look very far. When they locked us fucking down, us sheep down in this country, they found out that they can lock your ass down, and you're going to conform. So if they shut off hunting at a federal reserve at Swan Lake, a reservation, and they say it's indefinite. We don't know when it'll change. It ain't ever fucking going to change back. Next year, they're going to take that snow goose hunting away or a couple days. And eventually, they're not going to nothing but granola countries, bunny huggers, and canoe people come in that fucking place.
100%.
That's what it's going to. Colorado, the same fucking way. If you fish lead fishing weights. They're going to get rid of them son bitches. It's coming.
Oh man, that's another deal too. I'll tell you what I did. I hadn't done it in a long time, but went to Colorado, went elk hunting for, I was all about it, buddy. We were going to do it. I'm never doing it again. Fuck that. I like shooting birds. I'm all about the birds. Those elk, they can have their mountain. They can do it. I'm out. I ain't going back up there in the summertime too, either, because I don't like that kind of shit. I don't like getting out there amongst where there's no cell phone service and you might fall fucking whatever. And
so you're not a hiker.
I'm not a hiker. The thing that I'm going to be worried about, if I'm hungry and I got a lead fishing weight, I'm going to pitch that motherfucker in the water and I'm going to fish with it. And that,
Yep.
I mean, you know what I mean? Like, I'm just not going to get behind those rules. Buddy, you carry a lead weight with you, you're getting tickets. They're writing tickets.
So they're not letting you use lead weights in Colorado now?
In certain areas.
It's funny because Gunnison or one of those towns up there has a statue in the water of a guy fishing.
Yeah. And what is that made of? Metal?
Yeah, and I'm surprised that they have it. And I think it was Gunnison, but people were bitching about it.
Yeah.
About the water being contaminated now because they put this statue in the water.
It's something. I mean, here's the deal. I mean, any kind of, there's science behind it all, but people say, oh, you can do this, this causes this. Well, do they really know? No, it's just an agenda to push money certain ways.
If you really want to clean up our environment,
yeah,
you get rid of plastic.
Right here.
Yeah, I mean, we're drinking Dasani water bottles.
Yeah.
Everybody drinks bottled water. And it comes out of this little deal right here. Now, some of these might be green caps. These might be a biodegradable, and in 27 years, this thing will be done. But I saw a picture the other day in the ocean of a beach with it was 2 or 3 miles long and just plastic floating in the water that's in the ocean in the middle of nothing.
I thought I saw something that they can put in the water that'll dissolve plastic now.
In the ocean?
Trying to think. This was a while back that I saw something, but they were talking about how it was going to revolutionize how they clean up the ocean. I'll look it up, but and those are not good for you to drink at all. You want to talk about
Dasani water's not?
Well, anything in a plastic bottle.
Yeah, because it
leaches.
Yeah, it leaches or some bullshit.
If you drink it with it, once you open it, you need to finish it. You don't supposed to leave it in your feet.
They're saying when if it ever's in the sun or it gets hot or something like that, it leaches the plastic. Shit, man. We get one life to live it to the fullest.
Well,
do what you want.
I drink bottled water. I don't drink sodas no more unless I have a Mexican Coke. I love Mexican.
Coke. Yeah,
the real Mexican Coke.
I got a buddy. He's just like that. He's all about the Mexican Coke.
I'll order Mexican Coke, and people like my guides will be up north. Will come down here the first time. We'll go eat at a little Mexican restaurant in Knox City. And I'll be like, "Bring me a Mexican Coke." And they're like, "I can't believe you said that."
Yeah.
What do you mean?
It's in a glass bottle.
You said Mexican. Yeah. Well, yeah, it's a Mexican Coke. It's made in Mexico.
Yeah.
But that lady, she's Mexican. Her family comes from Mexico. She knows where she's from.
Yeah.
I'm Italian. Mexican is not a bad word.
No.
If you ask her where she's from, she'll say Mexico.
Yeah.
When the soccer team played last night, she was from Mexico. She went for the U.S. men's team. I promise you.
That's right.
Did you see all the shit happen on that?
I did not.
They started chanting some. I guess America's got a gay soccer player, and the Mexicans, I guess, started chanting something derogatory about gay people. They canceled the fucking game.
No,
they stopped the game. Really? They had 3 or 4 fights in it. I just read kind of excerpts, but like El Gordito or something, I guess, which means cocksucker in Spanish or something. I don't know, but.
That's funny.
They got all, but yeah, they canceled the game with some time. They'd had a couple of fights and shit. I've never been to a soccer match, but if you want to start out fighting and then people in the fans were throwing beers at the players and that there was fights in the stands, motherfucker, I'm in. I'll go watch that. That sounds like a good time.
That's like hockey on feet,
Yes.
But I want to see
the fighting and shit. That's what's good.
If I was to ever, I'm not, because that's a lot of running and kicking a ball that's never really made a whole lot of sense. You run and you kick it and you run and you kick it, then you get it down there and that son bitch kicks it all the way there and you chase after it again. It just never really made sense. But
not enough scoring.
Not enough. It's boring. And if I knew that they were going to cancel the game and I was on a soccer team, I'd walk out there first fucking shaback and give me somebody real quick and early and go home and not have to run up and down that field.
But I want to see the fight in the stands.
Oh, yeah, the fans.
Yeah. Best sporting event I've ever been to in my entire life. I took the boys when they were little to see SmackDown.
Yeah.
And it was when The Rock and Stone Cold were wrestling against each other, the Ho Train and the Godfather and stuff.
Yeah.
It was freaking awesome. And the best thing was the people fighting, all these dumb rednecks were fighting in the stands over shit. It was amazing.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
And those guys, pro wrestlers are great athletes.
Very good athletes.
When you see that ring they're in and the shit they do, it's amazing.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, there's a microbe that breaks down plastic.
So they put it in the water?
I don't know. I'm not getting that deep into it, but there is something that's gonna
that'll kill the
potentially
fish. That'll last for a little bit.
It'll start eating fish or something. Right?
That'll kill some fucking sea animal out there, and it'll
Salt water is sterile.
Very sterile. It's used everywhere.
So I understand the pollution getting here where the sea turtles get into stuff. I see that part of it, and it doesn't look good. But I don't think plastic is hurting the ocean, the actual ocean.
No. If anything, it creates shade for fish to get.
I would think so too, because I know that if you throw a fucking piece of metal in the ocean, you're doing the ocean a favor because barnacles grow on it.
Yes, sir.
You're creating a reef.
Yes, sir.
Did you see that though? I mean, that's all
plastic. That's what I'm saying. There's got to be. That's the pictures I saw the other day. There's got to be a way to clean that shit up, but it's not hurting the water.
Well, time out. That there is. That I think that deal there is because of like, don't they force the water to go and push all the stuff that floats to that specific spot?
I think it's the way that all the currents line up. It like gathers all of the trash.
Yeah, like it gathers. Like they have turbines, like those deals. Like I know you've seen some of these lakes. Underneath their docks, they'll have those turbines. Push the water. I think they have some of those big deals. I've seen it where they push all that plastic to that spot.
He's too tall.
Like, so at that time, that's contained. That's not just out there floating, like Wilson off Castaway,
But that's not affecting the water. You go there, you pick all that shit up, and that ocean's the same underneath
100%.
Yeah.
Oh, anything.
We've gotten way far away from Fort Cobb. The landfills we have in our country with these trash bags holding all this shit in. We'd be better off to burn that shit. I mean, how much the burning in Canada and stuff is all gone now? I think all the smoke and shit, there's no problems right now. Is there, Andy?
I don't know.
I think most of that's gone away.
Isn't smoke good for the atmosphere?
I don't know about that, but I know that there's more clay pot fires in China right now, the poor people, that put out way more CO2 than we ever do in the United States.
Oh, that's a hoax.
But we don't ever, that's right, it is.
It's a hoax.
One volcano is going to cause more CO2 than we've done in mankind in history of the world in one day if that blows.
You look at energy. Nuclear is the best way to.
Yes,
nuclear is the best energy. Well, we don't do that because there's no money in it.
Well, and Chernobyl. I think people are afraid of what will happen if there ever is a time where nuclear reactors break down. So yeah, these all occur naturally.
The Fukushima deal in Japan is a big thing too with the nuclear, because when they had that tsunami there, they say that that's what's caused the ocean to die in some places. Do you remember that?
No, I don't. But I know 3 Mile Island and everything. So basically trash gets into the ocean, and then the way that the currents work, it basically just creates these big floating islands of just plastic trash out there. These areas spinning debris are linked together in north, blah, blah, blah. This convergence zone is where warm water from the South Pacific meets up with cold water from the Arctic. The zone acts like a highway to move debris.
So it's basically just a what do you call that thing when it turns around over? God dang it.
I don't know.
Not a whirlpool. It's just a natural whirlpool that holds everything in.
Well, it just, once plastic gets into there, the way that the currents work, it can't ever get out. Just like whenever you're doing the money machine, you go like this and it'll just collect.
I wonder if they do try to pick that up at those places.
I don't know, but I thought it occurred naturally in the ocean, but I couldn't really remember.
Where's all that plastic from?
People fishing and throwing them over boats.
Well, I mean, it's just and I mean,
rivers.
You got California right there. This one's right off of California, and then that one's off of China, China and Japan, who's not playing by the same rules as us.
Japan is the cleanest country there is. So you need to watch your mouth.
China. It's all China's fault.
But how much shit goes in the Mississippi River?
Oh, God.
It goes right out to the Gulf of Mexico, which gets in the Gulf Stream and goes. I mean, it's just the way it's been.
So, back in the day, you remember everybody wouldn't swim in stagnant water because of the
amoeba. We had a kid die out here.
Right, exactly. So the amoeba. I used to say, well, at the end of time, we create that by, these bridges. You drive out on these country roads, these log jams out on these bridges. Well, that water stays stagnant for how long out there before rain comes, and then when the rain comes, it washes it right to the lake. I mean, they would go out there and they would clean up those log jams. I know it costs a lot of money to do it, but at the end of the day, I mean, hell,
we can't spend our money on shit like that. We got to pay for Ukraine.
Well, exactly. Hey, speaking of Hobart, this is why I call the Ukraine. It's over resources. That's all bullshit. It's not Russia. It's over resources. You going south of Hobart, coming into Snyder.
Mm-hmm.
Sign right there on the right hand side of the road. It's been there since the 90s.
That Ukraine deal?
Pray for Ukraine.
Yeah.
It's been there forever.
Well, yeah, because they've been fighting over there since.
They've been fighting over there.
Wasn't Black Hawk Down? Was that in Serbia or Ukraine?
I believe that was in the Middle East.
No, it was not. Here we go again.
Pretty sure it was in
Jeff
Fallujah.
384, Andy 3. Look it up.
I will. I'm trying to figure out about this Great Pacific
may have been in Croatia.
garbage patch. That's what they call it.
But the whole deal, I'm sure Biden's computer deal with having Ukraine inside stuff there. I'm sure that's the reason why we had to send all of our shit over there just to come.
I think Black Hawk Down was either Croatia, Serbia, or Ukraine, which I think is basically the same area.
Mm-hmm.
Somalia.
Huh? No.
In 1992, during the Somalia Civil War.
I'll be a motherfucker. Which is the one? What was the one with that? There's another one then that was a war movie over there, and it was in Ukraine or Serbia or Croatia.
Wasn't it like the
Somalia's not in the Middle East either. It's in fucking Africa. Okay. So you're not right.
Am I not?
You think Somalia's in the Middle East?
It's a Muslim country.
So is Indonesia.
I think I'm more right than you are.
Look up Somalia on the map.
I thought we were talking Black Cock Down.
Black Cock Down or Black Hawk Down?
That movie is definitely in the Middle East.
You're going to get in trouble over your Pornhub shit a bit because you sure got a lot of content. Look up where Somalia is, Andy. I do not think Somalia is considered Middle East. I think it would be sub-Saharan Africa.
I'm going to go with East. A lot of dead time here while I try to find this.
Quay, what do you think it is? Middle East? Sub-Saharan Africa?
I think it's Northern Africa, isn't it?
It's damn sure not Middle East. Look at it down there.
Well, I meant, if they didn't have the Red Sea.
If it was 500 miles more north, then it might be getting close.
If they didn't have the Red Sea right there, it would be the Middle East.
Yeah.
Okay, but it's not. It's almost as close to Madagascar as it is to.
I knew they weren't fighting Russians was all that I knew. I didn't realize where or how geography-wise it was going to lay out, but I knew that they were not fighting Russians.
I never said they were shooting Russians down.
So
if they're fucking fighting in Russia, who are they going to be fighting?
They were not
Canadians?
Serbia or Croatia.
No.
And I've never seen that movie, so.
You've never seen Black Hawk Down?
No. Well, hell no. I wouldn't have made that statement if I did.
Oh.
I mean, fuck. It would have been
dumb.
dumb.
I knew they
let me
weren't
ask you
fighting
this.
Russians.
Have you ever been to Africa?
No, I'm not going either. There's
Yeah.
nothing over there that entices me.
That's what I wanted. That's what all my buddies, they like doing that safari shit. I'm like, dude, I'm out.
I would like to go over there and take pictures. I don't give two shits about shooting a
don't either.
rhino, an elephant.
I'm not killing a lion. I'm not doing that shit.
I damn sure ain't shooting a chimpanzee after watching Chip Empire. I'd felt her absolutely horrible. And we did finish that show, by the way.
Did you?
Yes.
I hadn't started it back up.
Don't.
Why? Somebody dies?
Oh, yeah.
One of the babies?
It gets sad. No, a couple of the adults do. It gets kind of sad at the end. You start feeling like they're family.
Yeah,
They are a family. They're 100%.
No, you start feeling
family.
like your family, like I do Ollie.
Yeah.
There are some violent bastards.
Oh fuck yeah, they are. There was a lady. She was like a housekeeper, and she went in. The person was either out of town or they wanted this lady to feed one of their chimpanzees. It fucking wrecked her. They bite off your fingers because they realize like you have to feed yourself. So they bite off your fingers. They'll rip out your genitalia, and like they'll just fucking demolish your face.
They're fucking. I'm telling you, what's the funniest part to me is the way they get all fucking excited when shit's going. I love it. God damn it, they just get all fired up about shit.
Is there like a gang? Do the Westerners move in?
You have to just watch. It gets.
I mean, do they just die like natural causes, or is like there's a fight?
Fuck no,
there's a fight.
Yeah, the head chimp. I can't remember his name.
The
Alexander,
alpha.
whatever
Yeah,
his name
Alexander.
was. Yeah, he gets fucked up.
I like watching the videos that you see on. I don't know how true they are, but there's like the people give them monkeys the guns and shit, and they just like Fuck, dude, they could just mow people down.
We had the real life situation in our house on Christmas one year.
Really?
Yeah, we had a airsoft gun. It was fully automatic, and it was Jameson, wasn't he? He was about 2 years old. He picked it up, went fucking ornaments on the Christmas tree. Ting, 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 ting. Shot the shit out of Blake, lay it down.
Come on.
But it reminded me of that monkey with those guys in small years somewhere.
Yeah, that's what she did to her.
God,
it was like an older monkey, and that was the monkey. Right, it was Travis. Travis was the monkey.
Travis fucked her up.
Travis did not lose.
But like it wasn't even hers. Like she was working for this guy, and she had to go in and feed the monkey to basically keep her job. And
I'm gonna tell you, them fucking monkeys
situation.
On that chimp empire, them some bitches were badasses and they were mean.
Well, you saw the way like they take those little monkeys to eat them, and like they literally just take them and break them in half.
Yeah, those little howler monkey. Is that what they were? Little howlers?
Something like that. But I mean, a smaller monkey, and the chimp just goes and then hands half of it to his buddy. Yeah. That's how strong these.
Yeah, I mean, they snap them in half.
Wow.
You imagine a house cat.
Yeah.
You think you could snap a house cat in two?
No. Monkey
then
could.
Motherfuckers just pop them open, and then they're gnawing on the bones and shit.
You're kidding.
No, it looks like they're sitting in front of Church's Fried Chicken. They're just tearing that shit up. I'm telling you.
Look this still up. A guy in Oklahoma just recently, his wife got attacked by a monkey. Like it got out of like one of those little captivity deals over there in eastern part. I mean, I know we're talking eastern Oklahoma, but
the only difference between that and Arkansas is electricity.
Man, buddy, and you're lucky out there.
Was it a little monkey?
Yeah, I don't know what kind of monkey it was.
It killed him?
No, it put this lady in the hospital, but it just showed up to their porch.
Pet monkey attacked Oklahoma woman before it was shot and killed, police say. This just happened.
Yeah, it just happened. I just seen this.
I'm reading this for the first time, so we'll just have to thumb through this together. Pet monkey attacked an Oklahoma woman on Sunday before a family member of the victim shot and killed the primate. Attack, which left the woman with non-life-threatening town with a little more than 100 miles south of Oklahoma City. Wonder where that would be then.
Dixon.
Oh, Dixon. There it is right there.
Yeah.
Can
you imagine getting that call on the dispatch?
Yeah.
I wonder if that's the monkey.
We got a dead monkey on 3rd Street.
They had to have filmed this.
The video's at the top up there.
Is there?
Yeah, keep going right here. Yeah.
God almighty.
Rip his fucking ear
Yeah,
off.
I've seen that shit. Yeah, put her in the hospital and shit. But can you imagine? I mean, they're on that side of 35, so I'm sure they get some pretty bizarre.
That's over where the Tiger King is.
Yeah. But they get some pretty bizarre phone calls over there to the dispatch offices. Can you imagine that one coming in? There's a monkey.
There's a monkey
on my
eating
porch.
the shit out of a lady or bit her ear. I never felt threatened. We had some monkeys around us in Costa Rica. I never really felt threatened around them.
Do they try to steal your food and shit?
Yeah, they will. Yeah, 100%. I thought one was going to try to steal my backpack. We bought a backpack from High and Dry just for the trip because it's waterproof, totally waterproof. And that's fucking gross.
Do you like that backpack?
Yeah, it's good.
I seen those the other day.
But anyway, it was sitting there. We were at the beach and it was sitting behind me, and I was staying with the backpack because you have to take your passport everywhere. Mm-hmm. So I didn't want to leave my backpack with passport and wallet in it unattended. So I was sitting with the backpack. Everybody else was enjoying the ocean. And one came around my flank. I was like, "You little bastard!" And like,
how tall are they?
Oh fuck, that big.
Oh, those little howlers.
Yeah, a little howler monkey or something like that. And then like I turned around, like he eyed the backpack. But they say like they're trying to see if you leave any food out, because they'll just swipe it and move on. But the last thing I was afraid to like leave my cell phone out. Like, could you imagine fucking monkey grabbing your cell phone and just running away with it and dropping it once he realizes he can't eat it?
Andy's texting me a bunch of gibberish here.
Yeah, a bunch of shit.
Andy's
calling people.
Yeah. Andy's in the middle of the fucking jungle.
Look at this FaceTime monkey. Andy's hanging with a bunch of monkeys.
So yeah, I was worried about them because they're thieving little bastards, and that's what it said in our check-in thing. It's like, we don't really have a problem with thieves other than the monkeys. They'll rob you blind if you leave shit laying around. They'll take off with your hat and all sorts of stuff.
Have you seen like in India and Nepal and stuff, those towns? Them fucking monkeys will come down and knock people off motorcycles and all kinds of shit. But they're bigger monkeys than those howler monkeys. Right. You get 100-pound monkey, that's a strong bastard.
Oh, 100%.
I mean, like you said, when they're snapping those bones of those little monkeys, those chimps, I mean, they're popping these fuckers' heads off and everything and eating them. And I mean, they're violent.
Yeah, I mean, you think of this, they're just handling their body weight everywhere they go, pulling themselves up.
Yeah, and they do
I
it effortlessly.
Effortlessly, yes. Just, man.
Okay, you've been to a zoo.
Oh, yeah.
You imagine having a fucking gorilla on your ass.
Buddy, I was thinking about that while we were sitting here talking to the monkeys. Like, if them things can, that little bitty monkey do that to that lady, what do you think a gorilla could do?
No, you're fucked. Big time. I saw a picture of some people, or not pictures, a video. People were on a expedition in Africa or Australia or somewhere. Not in Australia, wherever the fucking gorillas are.
Yeah.
Yes. Are they in Africa? Gorillas? Yeah, where are the gorillas? They in Africa?
No, I believe.
Middle East, I guess you're going to say.
No.
By Somalia?
Yeah.
Far East, I think.
Anyways, wherever these gorillas are, maybe it's China. But these people are taking pictures of them and shit, doing it. And there's I think they call them, it's not a pride, but whatever the family group is of. And they go by and these people are taking pictures. And this male grabs this lady's leg and just starts dragging her into the woods with them. Motherfucker, if I'm on that deal, man, bye. You're on your own.
Yeah. Well,
Forest of Central Africa.
you signed that life insurance policy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, just grabs her and walks into the deal with her.
Wow.
And there's lady's like, I don't want to be around fucking a grizzly bear. Just there's no way. But a gorilla, I would be just as scared to be trapped with. I think if fucking I'd rather be around a bear than I would a gorilla.
Man.
I think you've at least got some intimidation with a grizzly.
Yeah, you can maybe
Maybe.
roar back at him.
Yeah.
Right.
You roar, and that gorilla's gonna roar back at you. And you're
Slap your
shit.
ass. Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. That I see those people go like they're all talking about, I was going to bear hunt. And this son bitch will have this bullshit little pistol string and stick with him. He's going bear hunting. Like, I'm out.
I have a client of mine that was doing a bow hunt in Alaska to shoot a grizzly bear, and he was walked down in a ravine to shoot one, and they put him a little blind with him. Well, he came back and he started walking back up, and the guide was sitting quarter of a mile up on a ledge waiting for him to go up there, and fucking grizzly bear was stalking the guy,
Yeah.
walking behind him, and the fucking guy's like, son of a bitch.
They
And
say
he shot in front of it, and it fucking bounced off a rock and hit the fucking grizzly bear, went right through the eye, and it killed it. And the guide it was the guide that hunted with me, and he was telling me, he's like, fuck, then I had to clean the motherfucker. He said, I didn't want to have to. They had to call the state and tell him, but he said he was fixing to attack the guy.
damn.
But you imagine being somewhere and having a grizzly bear try to hunt you down.
It's like swimming in the ocean. I'm not swimming in the fucking ocean, and there's sharks out there. You know what I mean? I'm not going to go where these bears, that's their area. I'm out.
So there's this chimp. He's hairless, but like you can see how fucking jacked chimps actually are. Like all they are is
Did
fucking
he have the mange or
muscle. No, he's got some weird. Thing, but he's totally hairless. God. But I mean, like, look at that thing, Jambo the hairless chimp. I mean, he's one big ball of muscle. I've been watching them. So he got into a fight. He got his ear ripped off. By
Would you wrestle one of them, Andy?
Fuck, dude, you would die a terrible.
How much
death.
do you think he weighs?
I bet he's probably 275.
No, they're that big?
I bet.
No.
You don't think so?
I don't think so. I bet you maybe 100 pounds.
that
Oh,
motherfucker
no.
ain't got an ounce of fat on it.
Look up.
No, but I mean that's him.
That's not no 200 pounds.
I bet
They're
that's-
not tall enough.
I bet that's 250 pounds of muscle.
If that was a linebacker in the NFL, you'd have to weigh You'd have to be
He's-
6'6" to be. Yeah, he's not.
Look at how fucking mean they look.
They-
I mean, they got these
Has he
big
got a
old,
goiter?
yeah, he's got something weird going on. I don't know.
That tell you what, you put that fucker.
Look at that. Look at the lats. Look at the hamstrings. Look at the forearms. I mean,
You put that some bitch in the woods, and you talk about people be like it's an alien.
like, where are you gonna grab him? Like, let's say you have to fight this chimpanzee.
See how much he weighs.
for your life. What are you gonna do? He's got fucking fangs. So
He's
I mean, you're gonna try to avoid the face. His legs are stout as shit.
Have
so
you seen
I mean,
Planet of the Apes?
no,
You get beat.
Yeah.
yeah, 100%.
You
You're not
gotta
getting away
shoot
from
him.
that.
You gotta
You're not-
shoot him.
Yeah, you're shooting that guy.
And like we saw that one video where the one chimp like grabbed the lady with its foot basically. So it's got two extra sets of hands on its feet because of the way that its
You're
big
fucked, man.
the way its big toe is set up. It's like another hand.
Yeah.
Look and see what he weighs. I'm just curious what a hairless chimp weighs.
Well, any chimp. I'll see what any chimp weighs.
But I don't
But I
think
mean
they're
that
200
just
pounds
that just
animal.
shows the muscle because you see the chimps with hair and like you don't really get a glimpse of how jacked they actually are.
That fucker looks like a gargoyle.
I mean, look at
Yeah, he
its
does,
look at the
doesn't he?
size of its fucking head. I mean, what? That's terrifying. You would like if you saw that thing in the wild.
But
You would call 911 and say aliens are
It's
here,
like
and they've
George
got
the
teeth.
Animal Steel that used to wrestle and he'd put his tongue out and shit.
Yeah.
Jam-
Looks like Air
I'm curious to
Jordan.
see what one of them suckers weighs. Did speaking of fighters, did you see where your boy Conor McGregor's in big trouble? Maybe.
Yeah, he punched the.
Well, no, not that. Now that supposedly he raped a woman that night in the bathroom at that game.
Whoa.
Really?
That's her saying now. That's her deal coming out, but it's made the news.
150.
That's still a lot heavier than I thought it would be. That's 150 pounds of solid fucking muscle. There.
Average height is around 5 foot.
I mean,
5 foot tall. They're that tall.
That's what it says
well,
here.
I think if he stretched his ass out, they just bend over all the time.
Adult
That's fine.
chimpanzees have an average standing height of 4'11", with adult males weighing anywhere from 88 to 155.
So a big one's going to be 150 pounds.
Right.
Jeez.
But a solid muscle. But you think about a mountain lion. 150 pound mountain lion is solid fucking muscle.
Yeah.
And that's what that is.
Did you see where they killed the one in Frederick? The coach killed the one in Frederick.
Which coach?
He's the basketball, or he's like
okay.
the track
Because I'm
basketball
I
coach.
know one of their coaches over there. That's why I
real
was
good,
asking.
real good dude. Look that up. Mountain lion killed in Frederick, Oklahoma.
Where'd he shoot it at? Like in town?
Literally right outside of town.
No shit.
So where the golf course is.
I don't know where that would be. Where's it be from the armory?
So from the armory.
Like you're going towards Hackberry or?
Okay, no, like go north, like you get to the intersection there, Main Street. Go
Mhm.
like you're going back towards like what you would call the Tipton back way.
Yes.
Hang a left there. You're going west and go about 2-3 miles and take a right, and that's where he killed it at.
I'm be damned.
It
Did,
says this is the first time that a mountain lion
Yeah, I mean it's
has
just
been
right
killed.
there.
This is the first time an Oklahoma landowner has shot and killed a mountain lion.
Yeah, legally, it was attacking his goats, and this guy.
Yeah, he
I mean,
called the game wardens
yeah,
immediately.
Yeah,
it says here.
absolutely.
did he get it mounted?
Yeah, he actually got it mounted. He sent it to a guy up north that is somewhere in Montana or somewhere that mounts really good at mounting them, and he's putting it in Hackberry Flats for people to.
I've got two in there. No, I don't have the mounts. I've got the what would you call it? The fur,
Yeah, the hide.
the hide. I
Yeah.
got it to get mounted.
Oh, really?
And then I called about getting mounted, and it's like $4,000. I was like, I just keep my hides for right now.
Where'd you kill those at?
I had a guy trap them
No,
right out front.
you're kidding.
Yeah, I'm bullshitting you on
Yeah.
that. No, but one of them came from the Big Bend area, and the other one came from somewhere on the.
They're jumping on Jambo, the hairless chimp, because he's different. Look how
Look at the
excited they are.
motherfuckers are fired up, boy.
God damn.
Are they beating his ass or just playing with him?
Oh, they're beating his ass. Jambo, he's an outsider. He's an outsider. So
Jumbo's holding his own though.
he had like 8 of them on there.
Yeah.
Now Jambo's gonna go
I was
up.
like, fuck that.
Fuck this guy. He's
Yeah.
different.
Damn.
And I think they keep picking on him and eventually, like rip his ear off eventually. But Jambo's had a hard life.
Well, yeah, he was born with no hair.
He's had a hard life. Gets sunburned all the time. Poor guy. Has to always having to prove himself.
Man, I'm gonna tell you right now, if you was ever been in an altercation and you just got on your own hands
Look at
like
those
that,
old, look at that old nutsack.
he got down on your hands and started walking into some bitch like that. And can you imagine?
I'm gonna tell you right now, you can believe in the Bible, and I believe in the Bible and
He's
God and
already got his
everything.
ear
But
ripped
there's
off.
a whole lot of evolution. I don't give a shit what anybody says a lot. They are very human-like.
Very.
I mean, when you watch Chimp, did you not think so, Andy?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Look at that acrobatics, some bitch.
Well, like they're 98% DNA of us. So yeah, it's tough. It's tough to kind of figure out all that.
I mean, you can teach some fuckers to do anything. Michelle watched a video the other day. She loves monkey videos.
Yeah.
There's a video. This motherfucker put his pants on, walked up there, got him a banana, peeled a banana, went and rode a bicycle.
Yeah.
There's some fucking kids in the country can't ride a damn bike.
That ain't no shit.
But so everybody knows I like Dr. Peterson, but he did a lecture on Genesis, I think is what it was. But anyway, it's like there's a reason that trees are so important in the Bible. You got the tree of life basically. But the way he explained it in the biblical series was like if you believe in evolution, like the tree, and if you watch Chimp Empire, it's like the tree is very, very important. And, you know, because there's the one tree that's like that basically the chimps are all fighting over in the episode that I've seen, because that's where all the fruit is. And like, it's a lot, it's deeply embedded in us that trees are important. And so I don't know. Maybe there's something to it. Maybe it's all bullshit.
Did you notice, though, the chimps, a lot of them stayed on the ground a lot?
Yeah.
They didn't hang out in the trees like I would have thought. They were ground dwellers.
Well, yeah, they're big. The howler monkeys, I don't think are really ever on the ground.
And howler monkeys, fucking, it's better stay away from the
Because
chimps.
isn't that what it said? It said that they stay up in the treetops.
The canopies.
The ones that got eaten.
Yes.
Right.
And boy, they'd see them fuckers and be, whoo, whoo, ah, ah. Boy, them fuckers would go, and they have some that stay on the ground so they can swat them little bastards out. Telling you, Chimp Empire is a bad, bad place. While we're talking Oklahoma a minute, best hamburger in Southwest Oklahoma is at the Fish House or Trap or something in Snyder, Oklahoma.
Oh,
the bait house.
Bait shop.
Woof.
It's a damn good burger.
Best hamburger, yes.
It's a damn good
Mears
burger.
Burger, that's Andy's favorite. God damn you, fucker. Son of a bitch, right in my fucking shorts.
No way I could have done that on purpose.
God almighty.
Where
Did
the fuck did he come
Little
from?
yellow jacket.
The Mears Burger is so terrible.
I'm not a fan of it, and I hate to.
It's
to say,
not good.
and I'll tell you this for a quick, if you want to sit down at a restaurant, and they have them one in Wichita Falls too, but the back porches. I mean, the back porch there in Lawton. I mean, they're just unbelievable burgers. I mean, they compete.
Well, the Bait House or whatever it is has got the best burger, I think, in Oklahoma.
It depends on the time of year, because see, I think that guy has like fresh vegetables.
Oh, really? Well, I've been there in the winter during hunting season.
Yeah.
But it's the greasy, old-fashioned cheeseburger. It's
Kind of like the old Scots in Wichita.
Yeah. How do you know about Scott's?
Buddy, I mean, old school, you know. I have a grandpa that goes there still to this day.
I wanted to eat there the other day when we were there.
Oh, they're
Really?
still open?
Yeah.
Oh.
Big Scotty Burger. When I was in elementary, I was a selling little motherfucker. We used to have contests all the time. You'd sell world's finest chocolates, whatever it was for school. I was the smartest kid in my class, one of the smarter kids in my class, what I'm going to say. So I got to always be on bus duty to take the younger kids, elementary kids. I used to be a bus marshal or monitor or whatever the fuck it is, because I could skip a school class and it didn't matter.
I got you.
But so when we'd have these world's finest, whoever sold the most candy bars would get whoever the top 5 in the class would get to go anywhere to have burgers, and our principal would go bring us burgers. Fucking, I'd go on the Marshall bus days. I'd hit all them old ladies in the neighborhood while everybody else was still in school. And so I'd fucking sell out quick. So every year I got to go, but when we'd always pick, and we would go to Scott's, and we would want a big Scotty burger.
Heck yeah.
But their cheeseburgers there are still good. I ate there not long ago, but that is my favorite place in Wichita.
So from right there where Scott's is there on Jacksboro Highway, if you come back and you go to like they got the oil changing place, the Walgreens or whatever right there, the Hispanic grocery store.
Oh, at the corner of Midwestern Parkway and Jacksboro Highway.
Okay.
Used to be a place called the Chuck Wagon. Used to be across the street. Best breakfast.
Right. Yes. Okay, so in that little shopping center, I think there's a deal called Junior's, maybe.
Ronnie's Burgers.
Ronnie's Burgers. There you
across
go.
the
Ronnie
way.
Junior or something.
Yep.
Yeah, and that's not a bad burger.
I've never eaten there, but
It's pretty good. It's not as big as a Big Scotty, but it's pretty damn good. But the best thing about that is they got that old fashioned ice cream in there.
you know you're almost in Dog Patch.
Dog Patch.
And that's,
You know about Dog
I went to
Patch.
elementary with all the Dog Patch kids. I lived
Really?
in Bonnie Homes, but I grew up. I played ball. I went through Dog Patch the other day. I had to go drop a Chase Lounge off my wife for Edit Upholstery.
My mom, when she first started with the post office, she actually carried mail in Dog Patch.
It's not bad. Like, there's new homes there,
Yeah.
but we had a big flood in Wichita Falls in 1983.
Got the chicken box.
The chicken box is long gone. That was good. But what they did was they took Holiday Creek and they widened it. And when they did that area don't flood no more. But Dog Patch used to flood about every 2 or 3 years. Every time it'd rain a bunch, the Holiday Creek would go over and it'd flood down there. And that used to be an area. So but now it doesn't flood, so people are building newer homes.
Nice.
I went to elementary over there. But yeah, the chicken box, they used to get your chicken baptized. Dip
jalapeno juice.
Oh, it was good shit.
Can't beat it with the
I
steak.
can't believe that they don't. The original chicken box was on the east side of town, which was where the black folks lived at the time. That was
Yes.
Wichita Falls was a very
The white building
segregated-
up there on the hill.
Well, it's bulldozed.
It flooded. Remember when the dude was on the roof?
I don't remember that part, but they bulldozed it. Not like the other day we drove through there, and I went to Oh, I went and picked up the rental car to go tornado chase when Boss was here. And when we did that, I drove down that road, and they've bulldozed it. But dip chicken, Andy makes it at home. You've made it, haven't you?
Yeah, it's turkey. Yeah, fry it up and then just get your jalapeno juice and right out of the grease, right into the jalapeno juice, and then let it dry for just a couple seconds.
Heck
And
yeah.
go to
People
town
up
on
north, you'll tell them, and they're like, I never heard of that. Which that was the only thing that's the only place I ever knew about it was in Wichita Falls, and it was the chicken box, and then it was Johnny's Chicken Box on Denver, and then they closed it down too.
And they were in that little bullshit gas station thing that
on
you drive through.
Shepherd Access.
Yeah,
they closed it
They
down.
closed it down. Now they're over there by the old Sevy's. They're in Sevy's old building.
No shit?
Yes, sir. Like the old Sevy's. Like
You're shitting me.
I'm dead serious.
Mother, father. I was just in Wichita yesterday. I had to grab
Yep.
some.
They're
What?
Does it
right
taste
there.
like it does? The Chinese people own it now.
Yeah, but they still got some brothers back there cooking some chicken.
Is
It's
it?
good. Yeah,
Is
it's good. It's not bad. It's
I'll
not,
try it then.
Yeah, you got to give it. You got to give it a little effort.
No
I mean,
offense on Chinese people, but you ain't making
you
good
ain't-
Johnny's
you ain't-
fried
yeah,
chicken.
You ain't cooking it like they
No.
do. I'm
Stick with
just-
the donuts.
Yeah, but hey,
You racist fucker.
hey.
That's how it is here. I don't know where it is there
Hey,
in the
buddy,
rest of the world. like,
Dandy Donuts there in
They-
Burg Burnett. I mean, I'm telling you right now, that was probably-
Chinese people own it?
Yes, sir.
So
And
see
they
there?
made a badass. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm talking
absolutely.
badass donuts.
I'm not
We
saying
were in-
anything
well,
bad.
let me tell you a
I'm
funny
not talking out of school.
I
here.
was, well, if you're going to a nail salon, you want Chinese people or Vietnamese people
That's
and
right.
the donut shop. We were in Hobart, and they have the little bakery downtown.
Yes.
And I pulled in, they have tiger tails, and I think it's like it's cinnamon. It's
Yeah, like the old tiger, like the old bear claw.
yeah, kind of basically is
Yeah,
what it is.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
chocolate and cinnamon in
Yes.
a twist. So, anyways, we go in there one day. Well, the lady that runs it, she is of. Am I allowed to say Oriental, or is that the word we said I can't say no more?
I don't know.
She's from that area.
Right,
I don't
yeah,
know where she's
yeah.
at. There's another man in there, and he's about 85 years old, and she's probably 35, and he's from the same area.
Right.
So I said something to her one time. I go in there every morning, and I go in there, and I get me an orange juice and a water and a tiger tail usually.
Right.
And I asked the lady, he was in there with her, and I go, "Oh, is that your dad?" She goes, "Why you think he my dad?" I don't know. Y'all are both
Yeah.
living in Hobart, Oklahoma. And there's not a lot of Oriental, Chinese, whatever,
Yeah.
Korean, Vietnamese. I
Good
don't know.
fisherman.
Yeah. I go, I just assumed. You shouldn't assume like that. That's rude. He's not my dad. He from Korea. I'm from Vietnam. Blah, blah, blah. I bought this from him.
Ooh.
Excuse the fuck out of me, bitch.
Yeah. Good donut.
Yeah. He taught you well. But she got all fucking pissed off with me over
Really?
that. Yes. I was like, and I wasn't trying to be rude at all. I just thought it was really neat that it was a dad and a daughter.
Right.
And
Yeah.
I thought, oh, you don't see that very often. And
being nice, sometimes you put yourself in a bad situation. But speaking of Hobart, what about Bedlam? I mean, that used to be
oh, we've only eaten there about one or two times.
Yeah,
that
a
the guy
couple
that
times.
the guy that had Bedlam. I mean, he passed away and he sold it. I think they actually have a new barbecue restaurant there.
The soul food place?
They moved it to Bedlam, the old Bedlam.
The old
building.
the black lady's place?
Uh huh.
Man, I'm tell you what, she made some good pan fried chicken.
Come on.
And that's what she would talk to me like. Ooh, girl. Or she'd go,
Get you
ooh,
some.
boy, that shit's good. And I said, damn sure is. I left my glasses there at Christmas one time. I went home, couldn't find my glasses. I was like, God damn it, Sheldon, another around here somewhere. We go back and eat at after Christmas, between Christmas and New Year's, go in there. And I go in there, she goes, Judge, here's your glasses. I was like, God, I couldn't remember where I'd done them. But I'm going to tell you what, the prices in there are higher than Giraffe Pussy.
Oh, buddy.
For four of us to go in there and eat cost $80 for lunch.
Yeah. Yeah.
But,
for
but
Hobart,
she
that's-
had really good soul food, which she did it advertised as what was it? It was something Creek soul food, but it was
Yeah,
really good. But she did pan fried chicken, and
Mm-hmm.
I go, "Is your mac and cheese good, baby? You know it is.
No, that's right.
Is that Nana pudding good? Ooh, you know,
Get you some.
yeah. But it was good food, very very good food. We used to go to where else? Oh, I like the pizza place in Hobart.
Yeah.
It was a good lunchtime, hometown
Yeah.
pizza.
Yeah. You know, that's what people don't understand is, have you ever ate at the Circle H or not Circle H, it's Hale's Steakhouse in Temple, Oklahoma?
No, I've never been to Temple. I mean, I've been through Temple tornado chasing, but never
Right.
been there.
If you need to just take your time and effort, I mean, just spend an afternoon, go over there and eat a steak.
Is it better than the place in Oklahoma City, the Stockyards or Stockman's? Because I want to go there. I've never been there.
Okay, you got Cattleman's.
Cattleman's is it?
It's Cattleman's just got a lot of history there. Good steak. Okay. Man, I'm telling you, that boy over there in Temple, Oklahoma makes steak.
I have to try it out. I'm not a big steak going somewhere to eat steak because I can make a steak at my house taste as good as most people's. So I don't. I'm just.
It's
not,
hard, but there's just not a lot of that in those small towns. There's just not a lot of good areas to eat. So you got to kind of every town kind of has its quirks in Oklahoma.
We go to the place in Blair we used to eat at Back Porch.
The Orient.
The what?
It's the Orient or the Orient. Yeah, the back door.
Back door.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah.
That food's good. I mean,
It's really good.
there's an Italian place in Altus we ate at a couple of times.
Napoli's or whatever it is.
That very good.
Very good. Very.
Yes.
Hey, not a lot of people know about that place. That's pretty damn good.
That's a really good place to eat. That's better than any Italian restaurant they have in Wichita Falls.
I agree.
I mean, all you got in Wichita Falls is Olive Garden. Somebody had a picture of a new one the other day.
Yeah,
but
it's over by Shepherd Airport. I ate there.
Is it good?
I only ate there once, but yeah, it was good.
Wichita Falls, love it. My hometown. I grew up there. I love Wichita Falls. Does not have good food options. Abilene has better places to eat than Wichita Falls does. The other day, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to go ahead and put this on public because I ate there the other day. We ate at Roadhouse the other day, and I'm not a Roadhouse guy. And the best
Luigi's.
Yeah.
the best place to eat, that best thing at Roadhouse, and I'm still stick with this, salad, bread, and butter. That's it.
Yeah, and the corn.
I never had corn there.
Yeah,
and it would have been,
corn, the corn's just. I don't know. I just always say, man, the corn's pretty good here. But next time you go to Roadhouse, if you ever go back,
it's going to be a cold day in hell.
don't get the steak.
Trust me,
Get the smothered pork chop.
I'll try that if I go back.
Hey,
we were there the other
it's
day.
like it's a peppered pork chop or peppered something. I don't know, but the sauce that they has like those real pepper balls in it.
And it's good,
dude.
Well, we went there the other day.
There,
Michelle goes, "Where do you want to eat at?" We had to go to softball deal, and we were going to go. I wanted Mexican food.
Mm-hmm.
Wichita Falls, all the Mexican places closed at 2:00 just about.
Yeah,
and I went.
Pioneer. You don't want to go to Pioneer?
Mom don't want to go to Pioneer.
Oh.
I would have gone to Pioneer. I love Pioneer. That's my
that
place to go to. Mom don't like it either.
Fuck it.
And so I told her, I said, you know what? I said, we can go to Red Lobster, Blue Hares, seafood. We can go to Olive Garden, the Blue Hares there. It was 3:30 in the afternoon, or we can go to Texas Roadhouse. And then I said, oh, we'll go here. She's like, I had my mouth watering for Mexican food. Then she goes, at least I could get a good salad at Roadhouse. I said, we'll go to Roadhouse to eat. So we went to Roadhouse. And sure enough, she had to put a fucking picture up at me because I make fun of Roadhouse all the time. And so Andy and them just thought that was funny as shit.
You should have gone
Andy
to
put this
Luigi's.
shit on. I didn't even know about
Should have
Luigi's.
gone to Luigi's. It is voted best Italian place in Wichita Falls.
There's only two. It's at an Olive Garden.
No, there's a
What
lot.
what other Italian?
Mia's, Napoli's,
yeah, but
Olive Garden. So there's 5.
Okay, well,
4.
yeah,
but most of them. But there's not. I've never
Johnny
been to Luigi's.
Carino's?
No, that's another. They're all the same.
chain. Yeah,
Most places have an old Italian restaurant there, and Wichita Falls doesn't.
yes.
Luigi's.
I'll tell you,
it's not old.
Wichita Falls has obviously gotten bigger. It's expanding out. Dad and Mom used to live right there, basically off 1954 Holiday.
Mm-hmm.
All that's kind of coming that way. But we used to say all the time, like, to go get something to eat in Wichita, it was like, you think, we're going to town in Wichita, like there's going to be just places to eat. You sit there and run through your head like, I don't want to eat. I don't want to eat there. I don't want to eat there. Hell, there ain't much. There's not a lot to offer.
No, we've got great burger places. I like Pioneer. When I grew up, there was a Pioneer on every corner in town.
Yeah, you had P3,
there was
P2.
There was 9 of them.
There's all of them.
And we used to eat there, and it was the same food, and it was good. It was locally owned. I like it. I love the famous enchiladas there. They don't, so we don't eat there.
I like the enchiladas there.
That's my favorite place. That's what I get. If I go there, I want a red draw and
So when
enchiladas.
the Crumplers bought that one there,
That's the only one left to go to.
I know that, and the one there on the south side, it closed
There's one over on
by
Maplewood.
the Lake Wichita.
There's one on Maplewood.
Yeah, there is one on Maplewood, and they used to have the one by Lake Wichita.
I think that's
They
long
closed it.
gone. I think it was Marty's at one time even.
I just knew that if you wanted breakfast, you went the one over there by Lake Wichita. If you wanted, some good enchiladas, you go to the Crumpler one now.
That's the one.
I tell you what, Brady's doing a damn good job of over there, and that's a chicken fried steak.
They have good. I like the old Pioneer.
But it's all across the board, just good. It's good food.
Yeah, it's old fat. It's the same Pioneer that it's been forever, and you don't find that. But when I was growing up, that was one family owned every one of them restaurants. They cut their own meat. You could go there at nighttime. They had the little thing where you could push the button and get your music playing, but it was the same solid deal. And they used to have broccoli, hot sauce, and chips. It was very good. But I'm not. Abilene has better places to eat. And so when we go to Abilene, there's choices to go besides go to fucking Texas Roadhouse.
I agree. So let me ask you this: how far is it from Abilene from here?
It's 10 minutes
Same-
closer to Abilene than it is to Wichita
Same
Falls.
drive.
No,
It's 10 minutes difference.
Same drive.
same drive.
It's 10 minutes.
Man, I tell you what, yeah, Abilene's a cool ass town. I've always said
Well,
that.
I wouldn't go that far.
Man, you know
Good.
what? They got a college.
They got 4
Got
of
a
them.
bunch
Well,
of
they
them.
got but they didn't they just go to like Division 1?
ACU did.
ACU.
They got
yeah.
brand, they've rebuilt that area. They've got some what's that place that we ate over there? The biscuit place. It's pretty good. The biscuit bar.
I didn't
Me and
care.
Michelle ate lunch there the other day, and it's not bad. I don't like the setup because you got to go to the bar and order a deal, and then it's kind of, I don't like the way it's set up, but the food was good.
Really?
But everything they do is on a biscuit. They'll do a peanut butter and jelly. It's on a biscuit. They do a chicken fried steak
On a biscuit.
and gravy, and it's on a biscuit. And they're big biscuits. But the food is really good there.
Really?
It's called the Biscuit Bar.
Might have to remember that.
But that's right by ACU. But they've built up. They've got the Twisted Root Burger
Haven't been there.
Bar. They've got there's 3 or 4 of them over there.
So you speak of, sports. I've always said if MSU, you know how like Title IX you have a women's sport, you got to have a men's sport. Why they do not have baseball at MSU?
They dropped it in 19. They had it when I was a kid,
They need it back.
and they were really good at it. And something happened. I don't know. They got softball. I figured they'd bring it back,
Cameron's got their baseball squad,
but they don't play football no more.
They don't play football. But have you ever heard the story why they don't play football at Cameron?
It had something to do with Keith Lavender, I think.
The dean at the time, you know how you have the dean house over there?
Mhm.
She didn't like the lights from the stadium shining in
Really?
there. Shining
She
in their
shut
house.
her down?
She shut her down.
In the 80s, they won the national
They
NAI
were
championship.
badass.
Well, Jason Lavender, who's been on podcast with him and his son Jackson, his grandpa Keith, or his uncle Keith, was the head football coach there in AD there
Oh, wow.
for a long time when they shut it down. He got killed in a car wreck outside a lot 4 or 5 years ago.
I'll be damned.
All right, let's get off this thing. How long have we jammed?
2
here?
hours.
2 hours.
And
Nice
we've been
podcast.
jamming.
Just talked about nothing really.
Yep.
So Fort Cobb, the best public hunting
Go to
in
Call.
Oklahoma.
Go to
I'd
call.
say,
Go to like call.
hey, you know what? You can go there. You can see a lot of birds, but don't plan on killing a lot of birds. You got to know what the hell you're doing. And I'm not
There
saying
ain't a duck hunter out there that don't think he knows what he's doing. They're gonna go give it a try.
Challenge accepted, they're saying.
Yeah.
How
And
long does it take to get a boat in the water there on a Saturday morning usually?
20 minutes.
That's all? That's not bad.
That ain't bad.
No, you ain't going to have
These
no
Arkansas
line.
guys that are having those boat roars, they're
No
like,
shit.
fucking sign me up for a 20-minute wait.
Yeah, but see, people don't understand. You're passing up, coming from Arkansas, coming that way, you're passing up a lot of good lakes to hunt to come there.
We're not doing into the trying to shade this off as another
No,
place.
we're not-
I'm just
we're not.
asking you.
We're not shading it off. I'm saying it's good, but
on
it's
a
not
normal Saturday, it's only a 20-minute wait to get a boat on the water.
Yeah, but there's a lot of people. You have a lot of walk-ins there. So to unload a boat, that's not saying find a spot.
So
to
you're
hunt.
walking in then when you hunt most of the time.
Me? No, I have a boat.
Okay.
I unload my boat, but my boat stays in the water, and I keep it in a.
So you have a place that you can keep it.
Uh-huh.
So how long does it take when you go in? You said your dad has to be there at 3 a.m. to hold a spot for you.
Yeah, Dad'll usually go out the night before and get a spot.
So he spends the night on the water.
Uh-huh.
Is that very common there now?
A lot of people that come there, that's what I was saying earlier, they don't stay in the hotels. They kind of go out there and get a spot. But the problem with it is the people that walk in on behind you, like if you go out there and you do get a spot, they kind of come back in there behind you because there's so many avenues to walk in and out. So it does no good to go out there the night before, in my opinion, and get a spot. I'd rather just kind of let people do their thing, and then I just go hunt where everybody else isn't.
Is it open to like anybody can hunt anywhere that they want to, or are there designated areas? that
Oh,
you
there's
hunt in?
designated areas, so you can't, like, half the lake is you can't even hunt because it's considered the refuge. That's why it holds so many birds.
Right.
And the federal game wardens work it pretty hard.
Oh,
don't they?
hell yeah.
But what I
I've
mean
heard.
is can somebody come in on your spot 50 yards away and set up?
You can't do
Or-
nothing about it.
You can't do nothing about it.
But,
And
but there's some lakes that you're going to this
like,
spot.
Yeah, like Sooner Lake up there by Stillwater, you got to be there at a certain drawing
Right.
board to get. That's a good thing and a bad thing. That causes a lot of bullshit, my opinion. You know, you got people fist fighting out there because I parked here first and this is first. So when that deal opens up, you know, who knows who was there first. You
Right.
got guys. So I don't think I just think that people that when they come here and hunt, they need to respect. I mean, how would you like it if I showed up and you guys are hunting a field and I walk in, you know, right before sunlight and I'm over there right on the fence line next to you? You know what I mean? Like,
Mhm.
that's just disrespectful. It just
Right.
it's an unwritten rule. Well, out there on the lake, you have so many unwritten rules that it's like, come on, man. Like, I wouldn't do that. And a lot of times there's not issues. That I hunt with my dad. I mean, shit. That's me and him 9 out of 10 times. I'll be honest with you. Killed a lot of birds last year. I may have pulled the trigger 20 times.
The issue is that we're not teaching young hunters. It's not always young hunters that are at fault. I'm not knocking young hunters. We don't teach them ethics that we need.
100%.
It's something you got to teach young. So there's older guys that have no ethics that have been doing it forever.
Absolutely.
But you just respect the other guy.
Yes, sir.
Put distance between yourselves. If there's two of you and there's two of them and you want to hunt the same area and you're both there, join up and see if you can hunt. You might make a good friend that way for the rest of your life.
I agree 100%. I think that's where, I would like to see people do, and man, I live on the lake. It's not my lake. I don't own that sumbitch. But I'll tell you this, if you come out of town and you're an out-of-town guy and you have a question for me, I'm going to help you. You're a duck hunter. Hell, one day I might be broke down on the side of the road and you might be the one to help me out.
Good karma.
Good karma. Not only that, I've been in situations, and I've heard of other people in situations. You're a dickhead at the boat ramp. Guess what?
Yep.
And you're broke down out there in the middle of that lake.
You're fucked.
You think I'm helping you?
That's right.
Now, that also being said, you're nice at the boat ramp, and you and your buddy are going across the lake you've never been on before, and your buddy and your dog go overboard, and you need help. Man, you know what? You should have been nice back there because that might have saved your buddy's life.
Where'd you go to high school at?
Burke Burnett.
Okay, my old saying about a boomtown babe. Am I right on that?
Old buddy leg kicking, come on.
Not everybody's been in a Porsche, but everybody's been in a boomtown babe.
Man, the boomtown babe is a big deal.
It used to be a big, big, big deal.
Yeah, it's maybe not so much anymore, but yeah, it used to be a really big deal. I'll tell you what else was a big damn deal. And, the rivalry of Burke Burnett and Iowa Park. Like,
when I was in school, it was Burke Burnett and Hershey also.
Both, yeah. Burke against the world.
I don't think it's that much.
Vernon, nobody liked Vernon. Burke and Vernon, they got it on. Iowa Park was the one that the Burke guys usually dated the Iowa Park girls, and the Iowa Park girls usually dated the Burke guys. It's just the one that was close enough,
Burke guy, the Iowa Park guys got the better end of that deal.
Yeah. Yeah, in a way. In a way, they did.
There used to be a lot more to choose from, Burke girl wise, than there was. And Iowa Park had a lot of. There's good looking girls all over the place here in Texas,
right?
But the boomtown babes were. It was a drill team, and they all had to be weighed in, and they all were about the same size.
They recruited. Yeah, if you didn't make weight, baby, you wasn't dancing.
Yeah, that's right. He's right. Can you imagine today?
Can't even weigh baby.
You weigh 119 pounds. You need to lose a pound. Get off. You're not performing.
You got to make weight, and then not only that, if you didn't have your makeup a certain way, they did the whole the little glitter deal. It was a big deal to be a boomtown babe. I can remember, it wasn't a big deal to me from a guy's perspective, but I remember girls that was just distraught because they didn't make the bed.
Yeah, it was a big thing. It was a big thing.
And I'm like, what? why would you want to deal with that shit?
I think it's like the Miss Granfield title. The people in Granfield wanted to be Miss Granfield, and that was a big thing.
What you know about Granfield Club?
I grew up in Wichita Falls.
Yeah, man, I tell you, there's been some doozies come out of Granfield.
There has been.
Boomtown Babes has an espresso. Have you been there?
Oh, buddy, I'm sure they were.
Boomtown Babes espresso.
They didn't have espresso when I was growing up. So
yeah. What is that? Like some coffee shack they got?
Yeah, you need to get there, bud.
God.
I don't know where she's coming from.
I don't remember her.
Yeah.
But
they were some good looking gals back then.
Big old pink building.
All right, let's get off here.
Yeah, I'm going to Boomtown.
Boomtown espresso.
Yeah.
Yeah. Find it, man.
Come on.
That's where they're all hanging out, evidently.
All right, we appreciate you being on here.
Absolutely enjoyed it, man.
Had a great time with you.
Yep.
2 hours flew by.
Yes, sir.
You have a good day.
You
God
too.
bless y'all for listening to us. Thank y'all. Be safe. Check us out on Patreon. We got new videos up. I have no idea when this is going to be out because we're going to be out of the office for a week. So be safe. Have fun. Bye.
Check out our sponsors. Go check out Mossberg. Book on with us, Stanfield Outfitters, Alpha Outdoor Specialties, Double T British Kennels, Ducks Unlimited, Lucky Duck, Boss Shot Shells, Pacific Calls, Dive Bomb Industries, Boss Shot Shells, Shin Gear, and the Looking Glass Podcast.